secondly, like, I just wanted to hang out for a little bit, and like, worst comes to worst, like, I
Let's
can
slide, we
literally
got
just
it.
walk. So, literally, like, 2 meals. I was just like, I'll hang out for a
I'm
little
digging
bit,
it.
and he, like, purposely
We'll
left
give
me.
everybody time. We don't know who's going to join us live on our YouTube channel tonight. We're hoping you all do. We're doing a quick hello to you. Welcome to Freebie Friday with Psychic Sheila and my amazing co-host, Ryan. Wah, 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 wah. We are not at the Good Life. We were cruising through the neighborhood and we saw some people having fun. Little party. I guess it would be called crashing a party. We just kind of we met all these people tonight.
Friends. They're friends.
Oh,
And they're giving us food.
It's like Sheila. Hey, I didn't know I knew him. I forgot. Okay, no, we know where we are. I know where we are. We're at Kayleen's ex house.
Oh yeah.
We've known each other for a long time.
Very long time. We've known all these youngins. I'm the oldest one in this room right now, and that's okay.
By a few days.
By a few days, yeah. So while we came here with some amazing food tonight, we decided, well, it's Freebie Friday. We got to go live. Mm-hmm. And they said, okay. So we brought.
It's kind of like the
we
prayer.
just casually had all
like the
the
prayer
stuff.
before you eat. You know, it's like you got to do a Freebie Friday before you eat.
That's right. But we did. Well, you didn't eat.
Well, exactly. I
did.
had to do the Freebie Friday first. I celebrated Psychic Sheila's.
And I ate for you, okay? Because I knew you were getting ready, setting up. So, do we have our music or anything?
Oh, yeah.
We don't. We do. We do. We're gonna do at least one, if not two, live readings with some people here at the parquet.
I kind of like this one. We didn't get the.
This is very important. You all listen to this song because it's where you are.
Oh,
Because we're in the double O, are we not? Where are we, Ryan?
the double O.
The double O. In case you all want to know what the double O is, Ontario, Oregon. That's where we are. And we're here.
Shout out to Double O Riders.
Shout out to the Double O Riders.
Pays and Mr. E-Dog.
We're still waiting for them to come join us one of these Friday nights. They said they would, right? One day, someday.
Pays works at the Albertsons. Maybe we could go like.
Dude, I'm going to go into Albertsons and go, Pays, what the fudge pickle? I've been wanting you on my show for how effing long now? Anyway, a very long time, right? As long as we've been doing their song.
Mm-hmm.
So.
We got a live audience tonight.
We do.
It's
because we went to a party and said, can we do our show here?
I don't know if we asked.
No, we didn't even ask, actually.
Nobody was like, hey, you're
I totally
here.
forgot. You know why? Because I had fun when I showed up and forgot to say, hey, by the way, kids, we're doing our show here tonight. I totally forgot, but we are. And we're so grateful that they let us. We've been learning our alphabet. Oh, really?
Yeah.
How'd you like it?
This one?
That's good to know, Ryan. I like to know you like doing things like that in life. So, if we don't do a reading for you online, we don't have the call-in number. Because last week when we did, Kaylee called in and said we had to come over here for dinner. So really, that's what happened. I don't know if you all remember that, but that did go down. And so we don't even have the number on this week because Kaylee doesn't have to call us.
Mark Dewey says, yoo-hoo.
Hey, does anybody know who Mark Dewey is? Doobie? Is that my Doobie?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Say hi to Mark Doobie. Chelsea, you know Mark Doobie. Get your butt over here, Chelsea, and say hi to Mark Doobie. You have to go way over here, Chelsea. Right here. See, look, Chelsea.
Not paying attention.
Right up here, Chelsea. Chelsea's
Right
been
here.
celebrating with us
Yeah.
tonight. She'll find the camera in a second, okay?
I'm like, I don't see me on here.
Yeah, I know. Doobie, did you see Chelsea wave to you, sweetheart? Thank you for
Let's play a leg on
joining
this
us. So we're just really excited. Wait, people are talking. Can you see him on
Yeah.
there? Oh, because I can't see
Hey,
him.
he says, "Aw."
He said, aw. Aw, we all
That's
awed
my
you
baby.
back. That was really good you did that. He said ah, and then we awed back.
I'm gonna do some
So-
shares really quick.
You're gonna do some shares,
Yeah.
okay. And what we're gonna do, we're probably gonna do Bree. We're gonna do Bree, because
Which
Bree
one?
volunteered. Bree's one of the young ladies here at the party.
Which one?
Oh, Bree's like,
double Bree.
yeah, we got, not only do we have the double O, we're in the double O, we're in the double O, and we have a couple double B's here, okay? I just, that's right, I said it. So, and we're gonna maybe do both the B's, I don't know.
I'm down.
B for Bree.
Pretty
Which
please.
Bree wants to go? Well, okay, I was just gonna say,
She's
Trying
going
to
first.
connect
Yeah.
the live chat. That's the problem.
and her hair's purple, so we'll say P Bree. Okay, P for purple.
I don't know about that one.
Wait, was that wrong? How'd that sound? Did that come out wrong?
No, it's okay actually.
Okay, see, P Bree likes it.
He
Okay.
likes it.
P for the letter P for purple, because you're gonna see her little hair's purple.
Thank you for the clarification.
Yeah,
Because
I
was
realized.
going-
Well, you know, I had a safety meeting before this session, or this show, whatever we're doing. I had a session today too. By the way, I did work today. Okay, I did a couple humans today before I did before tonight. Now I want to do humans at the party because I got all fired up doing humans today. Yeah, you walk in the coffee shop, you do one human because they ask you to, and before you know it, you got a line of them going, "Are you going to do all humans
Hey, me
today?"
next.
Can we just celebrate this moment right now? Oh shit.
Mhm.
Oh, we so can. He's so adorable.
Too early. Too
You
early.
see, you know, you probably should have waited for the celebration. And
What a ruin of mine.
so we have one of the party animals.
You don't have to whisper, dude. That kid is fine.
He's 4 years old. He's been the host. He's fed all of us tonight. He's an amazing young
Oh,
man.
he tried to get me a bowl or a plate before I got here.
Oh, I'm stuffed. Okay, I finished it with those olives that he just fed us all. And he has now passed out. We were going to let him come on the show. He's been patiently waiting. I was going to let the little man come on the show because he was being so good. We look over and he's passed out on us. Like the party animals that always pass out right when it's showtime. He totally just passed out. So kudos to our little man who just passed out on us. But we have more people that were going to come on the show. He was just going to say hi to everybody. That's great. I love it. I love it. So here we go. Are you ready, Bree?
Oh.
But
Okay, we got a human joining us. So all of you hang tight. If you have questions, we're going to answer them. But we're going to do a couple live readings right here in the room. And I think you're going to dig it because even if you don't get a reading, you'll probably hear something that may trigger for you. Because, you know, even though we think we're little individual humans, we really are all collective little mushrooms, aren't we now?
oh yeah.
No? Kind of? Huh?
What is that, like coral or something?
I don't
It's all
know.
having its own experience.
Yeah, yeah.
From one person?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all the little
I
corals.
feel like that one of the little, yeah.
Yeah, or the little mushrooms or the little corals in the ocean. That's what we are.
Oh, we gotta hang
We're the
out.
mycelium.
Huh.
That's right. Oh, you know, Chelsea's got on it tonight, huh? Okay, Bree, you ready? Poor Bree's, you know, I keep giving her the signal, and then I look away. So she's like, what? Do I join you or not?
Yeah.
And you do. We're going to get you right in the middle. There you
Oh,
go.
yeah. Hey, we
There
got plenty of room tonight.
Yeah.
We should do this more often
And you
because
know
the
what?
camera's so far away.
The camera's so far away, which we'll do more often. And I just want to point out, we have a lot of good educational stuff going on behind us. So if anyone needs to figure out any numbers or letters or their colors, it's all behind you right now. So we really are kind of in class, okay? We're in session. This is
Yes.
class, okay? Everybody, even though we don't have rhythmic friction here to give Bree the clap, we can.
Who does your dreads?
Haley actually
For
does
real?
my dreads. Yeah.
Haley did the dread because he does dreads.
I know, and I actually need some
Yeah.
maintenance. So,
Oh, I should.
so
Yeah.
one of you guys is gonna
We should
have to
learn.
hook
I'll
sister
teach you.
up.
Yeah, we'll make it happen.
I'm digging it. So,
I'm here for a sec. Oh, rhythmic friction is here.
boy, he's not here.
No,
Oh, he heard about what
we
he
summoned
wants-
him. We
He
summoned
wants
him.
to clap too because he.
Thank you.
Oh, you know, give Rhythmic a clap right now, Bray. Give it to
Hey,
him.
see what
Everybody
Rhythmic
give
Fiction-
Rhythmic Fiction the clap.
Hey, you can
Because he
text him.
wants to
Let's
give.
not give him the clap.
No, he'll give
Oh, he's already had it. You can't get it again.
it. He's giving it to everyone. All
my
right.
God.
So, Bray, before, so we're gonna do.
Galactivate. Shall we keep going for a second?
Just, you know, my whole family's gonna have the clap. Let's just give it
Oh,
She says, haha, I noticed that I felt like I was becoming much more knowledgeable.
I like
It's
that.
that ancestral psychometry.
Yes, yes. So, we're gonna do a psychic reading for Bree, okay? You're in this with me, right, Ryan? Or left, Ryan? Right or left?
You said you're in. Right.
Wild in
Hey,
here.
right.
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 Right, Ryan's right.
What's the question?
Yo, you get a question, Ray, before we go too out there on you.
The question.
You don't?
Or did you want to do psychometry?
The way.
Oh, you got her head spinning back and forth.
I
Now, like,
know.
what is
Yeah.
going
This is
on?
about to
Explain.
Explain.
Do you want to do
Psychometry is energy and object. And
Her
because we had a
glasses?
safety, well, then she may not be able to see what's going on if I take her glasses off her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, don't be taking my glasses off.
She's
Okay, so I'm gonna do what is called psychometry, which is energy and objects. That's what he was talking about. So if you have, if you want me to hold one of those, she does. So what I'm gonna do right now is what we call psychometry, energy and objects. Do you have a question before I go out there?
I don't.
I have no idea what I'm gonna pick up with this, okay?
Before we even decided that.
So, give me a minute, you guys.
So, like, you know, then I'm like, yeah, I could try to like, see being great. But the ultimate thing was like, the only fight
So,
we have towards
I know you're creative and you do
is being able to raise
art, okay? I mean, I know you're creative.
But
But what I was seeing,
in Hebrew is pure
and I didn't know, I could hear you talk, I could feel you,
Spurs good stuff.
two things were happening.
He's a beaming ball of light.
You were, it was very animated but passionate where you were trying to almost set boundaries.
He's had a tough
Okay.
time 'cause, like,
But then it went to chalk on the sidewalk, like, these are my fine lines, and they were chalk marks. I was like, these are chalk marks. I don't know if this is serious or if she's playing. But I got the sense that it was you trying to be serious, but you have that, like, you were setting boundaries, but
It's disappointing. It didn't work out. But, I don't
in
know.
a loving, gentle way, you meant it, but I don't know how serious it was taken. Is it? Guess what I want to
Are you
say?
good at setting boundaries, you think?
It depends on the person.
I could tell this was happening when it turned into chalk on the
What
sidewalk.
about maintaining them?
Yeah, it's-
I mean, because we could always like say it, but then people will really test us
Well,
because they refuse to like.
Right.
It depends on the person.
So-
There are some people I am very like,
you don't get spread.
these are my boundaries, but then everybody else I'm pretty lenient
Not
with.
today.
So I think I was getting something to that effect, that there might be someone
Yeah, dude.
I think that maybe you want to get these boundaries with.
You know, not everyone wants to hold hands. Too.
Because I went from that, I could feel the seriousness, but I got confused by this part. Remember, the playful. But remember what I was getting. Like I knew, no matter how playful, I knew there was truth to that. Like, no, I mean it. Like, please take me serious. So whoever this is, it could be an ex-lover, it could be a family member, it could be someone that should take you serious and hear your boundaries, but it may be a pattern you have with them, and that's why they're not getting it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
You have to get way more
100%.
detailed in the boundary too with some people, you know, like
Right,
Some people
like,
just
it's almost like a
we
right to
don't
pass.
communicate as well as we think we do with other people. And so
Yeah.
you gotta really
Some people need it
write it out
really-
and try. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Not the line,
write
but
it
the
out.
word.
I know, like write it all out. You know, like that way that you got something to reference or something. You know,
Yeah.
like,
I do live in
'cause
high school, but there's just like kids
I
like
don't know.
people don't read
I think it's just human nature
house,
to
like, there's just fucking
push
kids
boundaries.
everywhere, and they're just like,
Yeah.
hey,
I
look at that,
agree.
how are
I
you?
agree.
It's like,
And I would say, on top of what Ryan just said,
we
that
also allow those boundaries to get overstepped. You know, like with like
And it makes
just
you
in
become-
insecure ways. You know, but
Yeah.
essentially you're way more in control with it. Whether or not you're writing it out to them, write it out to yourself. You know, like where you want to stand. That way you can just see it on paper and then also just reference it. You know, like, does that really line up with these folks or whatever? I don't know what
Right.
the situation is.
well, that was what I was going to ask. So
Still
what
gone. He's
what
still gone.
and where and why? What were you in a relationship with someone when I was picking up chalk stuff? Was there, you know,
There's an ex-friend.
Seriously.
Walk to the neighbor's house for
Male?
God's sakes.
No,
That's
female.
all he was doing.
Oh.
Was walking to the neighbor's house.
Is that really what it was?
okay. And
He walked
so,
from his yard to the
is it
next
attached to
yard,
this
and they
ring?
lost him.
Nope,
And
just
then
what we were
another
picking up, which is
There's
interesting
not
because
enough
it's the
fucking ring.
infinity ring. I know you probably can't see that because it's so far away.
It's from
Um,
the fucking interstate.
Then this one done. Does that make sense?
You know?
It does actually. It's
And-
been with me for a very long
Taking a
time.
left to California.
And so the ring is going that unraveling that we're doing with you right now. That like you could say cutting the cords.
Yeah.
For me to pick up that energy means it's still being worked on.
There's dudes driving
Okay.
their cars down
And so
Christmas
these are the
parade.
cards.
Yeah, dude.
And Ryan, your
Right next
arm's
to
longer
kids
than mine, so you're gonna be able to show them up
Oh
there.
yeah, definitely.
So she got links, and of course I don't have my glasses. Good thing I didn't take yours off because you may be reading with us.
Hey, so this definitely probably could be setting boundaries. I only keep good secrets.
Absolutely. So the links is reminding you to still stay open. Don't put up a bunch of walls because of the experience, but pick and choose who you share your pieces of self with. So I say, I have the word that I pass out with my words called gifting. And I say gifting is giving and receiving droplets of personality self. And so for you to get the links card, for Ryan to read that to you, is reminding you to pick and choose the parts of self that you express. Because this is your soul sound, your signature voice. So really think twice before you speak and say something you think you want to share with someone. That's part of the boundaries. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Those are how you set some of your boundaries.
Also, the secrets that you choose to keep. You know, it's like if it's something that you really don't feel like they should be unloading on you. You know, because sometimes that we do that. You know, like expect people to like,
Yeah.
maintain like a, you know, it's like nah, you know, like, and you gotta explain. You know, stand your ground on where you stand on why. No, don't be telling me this shit. You know, like,
Okay, so I want to
keep it
make sure I
yourself.
got you
I
right,
know.
because that's a whole new way
That's another
of
boundary.
viewing this and setting boundaries. So if I'm correct, Brian, Say
Oh,
to
Brian,
me,
it's
it's
O'Brien.
Bree and O'Ryan, it's Bri Rowan.
I love hash browns with green peppers and onions.
So what you're saying, Ryan, is that she has to set boundaries by what she lets her
Hey,
beautiful
start refining
ears
your
hear.
boundaries. You know, like you're not setting them down.
Right, so sound, what you're hearing is just as important as what you're speaking.
There's
What
nothing
you're
wrong with
allowing
that.
your mind to hear, the words, because
And that was the reason I
thoughts alive, so words are very powerful.
Y'all need to hire
So I love that Ryan pointed
drive
out,
so much. And it's like,
pay attention to what you allow yourself to hear. And it's okay to say, I don't really want to hear that.
somewhere.
Yeah, control your own energy. You know, you have like an orb of, or an aura, an orb of aura. You know what I'm talking about? An aura.
For example,
Like,
oh,
maintain
sorry.
the boundaries of that too. You know, like the people that you allow around you, just in general.
Exactly, because
Don't feel bad about doing it either.
for example,
What does that say?
say you've attracted someone
compensated for
that tends to gossip and talk about other people that you know.
That's what
And you keep hearing stories, but you don't want to respond, and you keep trying to stay neutral. But they tend to do it with anyone and everyone.
Right.
That's where you would use what Ryan just said. Ah, is that a good example?
Yes. Yes.
I'm like, what would be an easy way for our little Bree to start setting boundaries without it feeling uncomfortable? To gently go, I really don't want to talk about that person. I don't like doing that. So that's where you could start using the boundaries the way Ryan just said by saying, you know, if you're going to shit talk about someone, I don't want to hear it. Basically is what he was saying.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's what he
Hey, I
was
think
saying.
let's pull that other card's for her too.
So these other two are for her. So what's that one say?
This is from the Sacred Rebel deck.
Ooh, and that's the first one that came out, Bree.
I like that.
Check it out.
Right.
Defend
We'll
to the
show you
end
guys.
the worthwhile.
Ah.
Sounds pretty boundary related.
So look at her. She's kind of like you too. Look at she's got dreads. Feathers. I thought they were dreads. Hey.
Hey,
Yeah, I don't have my glasses on.
Prices have
Okay,
gone
we gotta show them.
Oh, yeah.
This last 2 years, so should income.
Exactly.
Ooh, there we go. Good job, Ryan.
Definitely do.
So you guys see it. We're really glad you're with us. As you know, tonight we're doing this because we're at a party, but we stopped to do this with all of you, and our friends are like, okay.
we ain't gonna stop you.
We got good peeps.
So this one's Love and Light.
Love and light.
I
Oh.
like that a lot.
Everybody's quitting their jobs.
But dark and doo-doo is good too, Bree.
I like them all.
Yeah, because dark and doo-doo helps
In
things
duality, you gotta
grow.
have both, right?
Yeah, that's part of duality.
Your purpose is to bring divine healing and light, or divine healing, light, and love to this world.
So, what that's telling me, seeing these cards that came out when Ryan was setting everything up, is that you may have days
I have backup
where you
plans
just
on equity of cars.
nobody knows, little breeze dark in her hair, little mushroom dark in her head, in her little space, wondering what the heck is she doing here on earth, because what's her
Come work at the
true
weed store.
stuff,
I think
right?
I can schedule a couple
Don't do
of
that
days
anymore
about
to
that.
yourself,
working at a weed store.
3 days.
because that's what that card's just telling you. You're here, just being here is more than you can wrap your mind around.
$200 in a day.
Your programmed
Fixing somebody's
mind
car,
wants you to
I make
think
$120,
you haven't figured
$20
shit out yet.
you know.
But your intuitive mind and
I
your
can make,
feeling is right
$400
now.
for spending the day to go fix somebody's car
Come
in
here.
Boise,
Yeah.
you know, and like pay my bills.
Yeah.
I can save up enough money to. I don't know,
But your intuitive
maybe get
mind
health insurance that's not funded by the state, because why do I have
is
to
making you have
ask
purpose
for a state benefit to be able
and
to
asking
survive?
you not to conform. And
Maybe
it's really hard
I can't-
because
I
the
can't
fairy
ask my
tale
wife
tells
to get
you
a
to
job
fall in
because I have
love,
3
get
children who
married,
have to
make
raise their
babies, have a
coronavirus.
successful
You
life.
know, so like, I don't trust
And you
the
don't think
schools,
like that.
you know.
But all of a sudden that shit pops in your head and you're like, why? It's my mind. So what you need to understand, Bree, with all humans, when you don't follow the conventional, traditional human story,
Yeah, it's never been an option. Like before I
it
worked on the weekend,
means
you
you're
know,
going to
and that's
have
worth
these
it. And
kind of
once-
moments in
once
your life
she's
that
old
you
enough
feel
that
this
she
way
can go a couple
because
hours,
you're
like she
letting
can
your
go
organic
whatever, like a
self
6 or 8 hour shift.
grow naturally and
without
see
nursing.
and learn things you didn't
And she's
know
like a
about
year-old.
you. And
And
that's
I can go get a
beautiful.
weekend job and make like a couple hundred extra.
And I want you to remember what I'm saying to you when you go in those dark moments in that beautiful, brilliant mind. Because I have to remind people that are creative with their mind, you listen to Chelsea,
Or at least
because you need to hear this.
Yeah, it's always
Is dark,
Yeah, we've always been pretty
as
good.
bright and creative as you can be, because you got, I love that love and light. Boy, Bree, boy, she really liked this one, okay? The love and light.
So we had
And I get it.
one day.
But what
one
I
full
want you to
day.
understand is those dark moments you go into that brought the tears just now because you felt what I was saying to you, you have no idea the growth it's making. Okay? So those moments,
I think that's bad.
because I know you come out of them or you wouldn't be sitting here with all of us. That's the love and
working
life.
off days and
That's
working
the
off
that's the
schedules.
other
Like,
side of
opposite
the
days is
duality.
like one thing.
But what?
I
So
don't
as
think
bright
opposite
as you
schedules
can
is a
get,
good
because
idea.
we're all pretty
Or, like,
colorful,
once on
bright
days
people,
once
and
on
you
nights
like to
and
be
you
colorful
literally never
and
have to
bright.
see each other, dude. And when you do, you're like, oh,
All
someone's
of
off
us here
on
have
their
to
schedule and,
understand
like,
that
right,
as
and
bright
she's
as
like,
we are, that's how dark we can be too. On the flip side of that, and none of us were like, oh God, oh damn, see that's scary shit right there.
That's that
And-
shadow work side.
Oh, big time. And there's nothing wrong with it. What happens is when we get stuck in it, you know, just like if a little child was in a dark room scared, but they kept running around in the dark room, we were like, no, you know, and they've locked the door so you can't get in to let them out. And you're like, hold on, because now it's taking time. Somebody's got to come rescue, because all he has to do is go and lock the door and open it and go out of the dark room. And this is what we have a tendency to do to ourselves in that dark space. But that dark space, you're the little flashlight. So the minute you start
real rage cage.
lighting up little parts and you start seeing, things start changing. Okay, so the darkness isn't as scary as we think it is. It's just, if we didn't have those reactions, the reflex that we call like fear, we react to it. You know, that's a part of our survival techniques. Okay, that's so we're aware of shit.
Right.
Okay,
I got,
but we don't have to stay in that fear.
I got a white girl wasted.
Because I always remind everyone, I'm going to say it again, please don't be mad at what I'm about to say to all of you.
Like a year ago, my dad.
If anxiety was like herpes, none of you would claim to have it, okay? I'm just going to point that out. Anyway, I'm just saying, because y'all have these little social, sexually transmitted, which is fine. We're fine with all of it.
You
No,
can
wait.
hide anxiety.
But I try to tell everyone, it's almost like it's become the norm that everybody's got, and we do. So if we spread that easy, anything, this is the point I try to make to everyone. We try to be so careful with certain things, like, oh no, I don't want to have that, or no, I don't want to get this. I'm okay with that, that, and that. And it's like, that's okay, that's okay. But anxiety has become something that I try to show people, like, if it was any other disease, you might think twice before you want to just raise your hand and go, nobody gave it to me, I just got it on my own, I just gave it to myself for the hell of it. And when you all start realizing, because we all have everything, we all have it all, that it's just, you know, we all have it all. And it's all in how we're processing what we have and how much we think we actually have it. So I hope that's making sense, because that's how thoughts arise. That's kind of how I keep breaking anxiety down. Like,
it was fun because like
if it was cancer, you wouldn't be wanting to go, I have it, I have it, I have it, and everybody has it.
Never seen me drunk before.
Okay, but it came from another word that we always use, and that's the word stress. And so these funny little words, these sounds that we, because we have this voice that can be so angelic. Wouldn't you say, Duncan? We have a soul sound that's angelic. Wouldn't you say? And so you have
He's got a nice soul sound.
I know. And so you have that programmed voice that you keep in here. That's why I'm telling you this. So we can get you to change that every time it comes on and put you in that dark room and you think the door's locked and you're in there. You know what I'm talking about. I want you to remember what we're doing right now, and I want you to go, wait, I should be enjoying this for a minute. Because once you realize it, you go, okay, I don't feel like being this anymore. Does that make sense? And then you start realizing the thing, then you go, wait, what brought me here? Here's another one, this will be her last one. Then you start realizing what thoughts brought me to this state of existence. And did I allow someone, because remember what he said earlier to you about you don't have to set boundaries, you don't have to hear things. Sometimes we hear stuff that we can be happy one minute, and by the time we've done being around someone, we can be sad or angry or frustrated. And so that's the other thing you kind of have to remember is where are my feelings and thoughts coming from? Because that's where they're alive.
Yeah.
Okay? We helping you with everything?
I think so.
Do you have any questions before we end it? Okay. He also got the koala.
Does she want to read it?
Yeah, you want to read it?
Sure.
I just don't have my glasses.
The koala, and it says, I listen to my feelings.
That,
Do you?
I do
When it comes to boundaries?
I do sometimes, not all the time.
Trust
Sometimes I
yourself.
push them away.
Hey, trust yourself.
okay. So what are you going to get out of this tonight before you walk away from us?
Just
Every
not push
once
this
in a while,
away.
though, not like all the fucking
Not
time,
question
like once a year.
Good girl. Because all humans are psychic. Okay.
Yeah, but like I just
And I
can't-
think this is just
I
you.
don't like that.
Like, no, we didn't give you, oh, you're gonna, next week wake up and have $1 million free. But what you did get was it's okay to go in those dark corners of the room in your mind and explore them. Just don't get stuck in them. And don't believe all of them.
Don't start.
Yeah.
Okay? Because most of them are programmed thoughts that put you in the dark room. They're not your psychic, authentic thoughts. They wouldn't put you in the room like that. They'd encourage you to explore outside of that dark room.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
100%.
Good girl. Give her the clap one more time.
Hey, remember when we summoned Rhythmic Friction?
Is he back?
No, but Galactinate, that was her comment. She's all summoned him. She thought it was funny.
So, Bree, thank you very much.
Thank you guys.
Chelsea, do you want it? Or are you just, oh, no, Chelsea's laying down taking a siesta during the show. She's, oh, Bree,
I'm good.
are you talking?
Okay.
Oh, God, I
Bree-
walked
yeah,
out of,
hey, we got Bree squared.
Wait.
We got Bree squared.
I walked to put,
Can I get some crackers with you?
I totally forgot about this.
Where's the
Got
wine
up,
at? What
walked
are we
away.
doing?
Some wine with the
So, Miss Bree,
Yes.
Thank
do you want to be on?
Yeah, sure.
I completely walked away from the
hold
camera.
Let me grab something real quick.
Oh, she's great. Are you for psychometry?
Yes.
Okay. I'm
Am I
digging
allowed to
it.
have a beer on here?
Yeah, we don't care, Bree.
Bring two.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I guess Orion would like one too.
Alright. Well, I don't know where my case went.
No, hop in.
So-
She can just come in. Hey, I'm good. Come over.
Right?
What up?
I have one at one point.
I have
Okay.
some liquor. I don't really have.
This is what we got liquor, Ryan. I don't know about beer.
Oh, surprising,
Hi,
I
Bree
guess.
number
Hi.
2 or 1, whatever you want to be.
I'm
The
the
other Bree. You're the other Bree.
Yeah.
So,
Whiskey and rum.
oh, we're discussing
Yeah, whiskey or
alcohol
spiced
now
rum.
because my co-host
They're
Orion's
both
like,
100%.
I need a drink to read, Bree.
Whiskey?
Or
You
he's
probably
psychically
do.
picking you up,
He
Bree.
is. He
What's up?
definitely is.
I feel like you're having a psychic moment with Bree.
One.
Because I don't feel like having a drink like you do.
You
Although
must.
I want
Oh, I was
The kid
joking about the
wine.
crackers, but I was serious
Read
about
about
the
the
empire.
well, so was Bree. She's like, I don't give a
Oh.
shit about the crackers, but I want the alcohol for this shit. And
Probably are channeling me.
I think you might be, because we
Green
discussed
wine.
earlier.
Oh yeah, it was wine. You didn't have wine? I was being funny, but
No, this is real.
water would have been fine.
Well, no, now you're getting alcohol. Look at that.
Hey,
What is
thank
that?
you.
Is that kid wine?
Yeah, it is.
That is
That's-
not
it's
kid wine. That is
That's
adult
That's
wine.
Tennessee whiskey.
Could I have kid wine?
Yeah.
I don't want the adult. I think
don't
they
even
gave me
know.
the adult wine. It looks
That
like
is
That's
that.
what
100% adult wine.
Let me
Oh.
smell that.
Oh yeah, it smells
Whiskey.
delicious.
You sure?
It's
Definitely the color.
Okay,
of
that is
whiskey.
not the kid wine.
Looks
I
like
the
think.
honey.
same
That's
color.
the
It smells like
It looks like
whiskey.
pudding.
color. It is.
I got her the kid
Oh,
wine.
thanks for
Okay,
pushing that.
everyone, we are back,
We're back. Kid wine.
and we're not on crack. I'm a rhymer. I'm not a rapper. He's
Luckily,
a
they don't
rapper.
drug
I'm a
test us.
rhymer. Oh, yeah. But we would probably pass.
Huh. It is what
We pass something. Kidney stone or something.
I mean,
it is.
So
I don't
Soon.
want to, but
you don't want to what?
pass a kidney stone.
Oh,
No.
yeah.
I mean, I would if I had to.
I totally forgot I did
You
that.
don't really have a choice
I
when it
mean,
happens.
that's what I'm
so.
saying. Like, if I
You
had to,
haven't,
I
have you?
I haven't.
Okay, good. Okay. That's not going to happen. We're not
Okay.
even going there. We're
I'm
talking
glad.
about passing the drug test.
Passing kidney stones for anyone. Let's not all put
And
that
nobody's
out
driving when they leave this house tonight, so.
there. Definitely not.
I'm getting an Uber.
Bree's walking. I'm gonna use my Lamborghinis.
Yeah. It's only 2 seats in.
Anyway, and I'm drinking kids' wine, so it doesn't matter. I'll be
That might be
the
my
Uber.
way.
Oh, wait. I don't want to get these glasses
Sorry,
mixed up. They're looking so alike.
Yeah, that was definitely.
This is just orange juice. For when
Oh.
it gets too much, dude.
Hey,
I don't have anything else.
and we get food
What a
afterwards.
guy.
So,
Count me in.
you already pulled cards for Bree.
I started, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So
Okay,
start?
so Bree, do you have a question?
What kind of does it have to be
Anything.
any kind of question?
Any kind.
Well, first comes one.
Am I in the right profession?
Well,
What do you do first?
That's what I really want to know. I just switched jobs.
I know you did. This may be changing too. Or did
My
you
hair?
just change it?
I haven't for a while. I
Have
just
you
went
been
back to
thinking
natural.
about it?
Yes.
You've been thinking about this.
Mhm.
So even though you asked about your job, I kept seeing your hair changing color because you're right
Oh,
next to
that's
me.
not surprising.
So-
I haven't done it for a while, but
You're thinking about it.
I
aren't
was
you?
bright pink like a year ago.
And now, what do you want to be?
I kind of want to go back to pink. Especially
Okay.
after seeing her hair, I'm like, ugh.
Oh, interesting.
So bright.
Yeah. Okay. So I want to remind you, Bree.
Okay.
You ask about the career.
Mm-hmm.
But my psychic self starts picking up your hair, and you have a very beautiful, bubbly personality. And you're like, well, yeah, I want it. You got Bree, and it's so bright. And I'm like, okay, this is answering your question. Because for whatever reason, you've chosen, let's just say it because we already discussed it. Now you're here on the show doing it. The electrician, being an apprentice, all that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I want to remind you, you do have a pattern of something,
Mm-hmm.
and that is you like to learn things.
Right.
And so you've studied learning because you loved learning about children, and there was a lot you got out of that, a lot of self-understanding, more than anything, okay? So then you realized, okay, moving on, that maybe not be it, but I have learned a lot, and now I've done this, this, and this, and I know I like to work with humans. Now, I'm not going to tell you that the electrician career isn't the right choice, because that would be debunking your intuitive self right now.
Okay.
So whatever's driven you to go do this, it doesn't matter if you wake up tomorrow and go, fuck that, I'm not doing it anymore. I don't even know why I started. Who cares? Because again, as I was telling the other Bree, you have programmed voice, self, that wants you to follow a program. And psychic, authentic self is like, no, follow what you're having fun doing. It doesn't matter the outcome of it.
Right.
And we have a hard time with that as humans because no. Right? Yeah, I love her. Yeah. I got a little friend listening. But the psychic self, I'm going to use her as an example. So, our little friend Chelsea that you saw in here, little Taurus, this is where you're different. You're a little Gemini. So the air, you kind of tend to, woohoo! And she's got a little, like, no, we have to have a scheduled routine. Things are a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
But you both
There's always a play.
like to learn things and do things. And you both really do the same kind of thing. It just looks a little different. You got a house, you're doing the same kind of stuff she's doing.
Mhm.
Y'all keep changing the jobs you're getting. Even though You may have one steady one, like she's had a serious one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Chelsea's been real good about it, but she's still exploring everything else in her life, just like you. There's certain things you've been steadfast with. Now you're starting to explore things again. And so instead of wondering if it's the right decision, because you probably know you're going to change it again.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
That's what you need to be real with your psychic self right now. Not whether you're wasting it, because I'm afraid you're thinking you're wasting time.
exactly.
But how can you waste time when time is man-made? It's not. There's no. You can't.
Oh, what inspires you? What are you trying to do?
I don't know. That's
But it doesn't
I mean,
matter.
that's a big question. That's
Okay.
a
You like music?
bigger
Hey,
question.
do you like music?
I love music.
Or justice?
Yeah, she was talking about that.
Justice?
I mean,
The alphabet.
Not really.
And
like
She
the
said
justice
that
system.
Ryan likes to learn his letters.
I don't know, your connection to music is healing
Well
for yourself
done.
and others. What do you like about music?
I mean, I love how it brings people together. Like, I love music festivals. I love
I know you
Live
do.
music?
But where? Okay.
dancing.
Oh,
So it isn't some. So here, this is good though. So it isn't something you would see yourself believing you would confidently go out and succeed in something in music.
Like, I'm not musically talented, but like, I could see myself maybe like being a promoter or
See?
like a
Okay, see what you do.
in the
club
music field?
person.
Yep.
Event
But like,
planner.
I'm not like a
Oh,
musically
that'd be
talented person.
There you
If
have
that makes
it.
any sense.
Yep. So you got this
Space
card.
holder.
Okay.
Oh,
So-
The space holder.
Venue
Yeah,
owner.
She can like hold a positive space.
Oh, a venue owner? That'd be cool.
So knowing that you're a people person, psychologically you've studied younger versions of psychology.
Right.
So did I. So I want to point something out to you because I wanted to own a preschool. So this is what I know about you, Bree. So let me tell you what I learned studying early childhood development.
You want to take some notes?
Okay.
That adults are just big kids.
Right.
And so part of my intuitive reading people is I look at the child.
I mean, that makes sense.
Okay, so I know that when, like children don't really think about running out of time until their parents start telling them what time it is and teaching them to pay attention.
Exactly.
Okay, until then, time is timeless. They don't even pay attention to that.
Well, and when you're a kid, you just want to grow up. You're always like, I want to be.
But that's a
13, I wanna be
program you're
20.
taught. You know why? Because you're taught that. It's a program.
Mhm.
You don't think that until you start being taught it.
Right.
Until droplets of self that you're giving and receiving with other humans starts putting the programs in you.
Mm-hmm.
And as the organic time machine goes through what we call puberty, this is where I tell humans, and I feel like the human story's kind of been hijacked from us. The human time machine goes through puberty because it automatically knows new parts of self are going to be growing and developing. Personality self in this 3D reality. And so the lover character gets developed and the mom character and the grandma character and all these parts of self that we call the adult selves don't even come alive until after what we call puberty.
Mm-hmm.
And and so these are just parts of self that we think we have that identify who we think we are. And then that's why I'm like, who gives a shit what you do for a career? Right? You're like,
But
no.
don't you want to be happy in what you do for a living?
Yes, but part of what's happening in the world right now is a lot of fucking people aren't happy working at their jobs because they're like, is this program shit? And it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
it sure is.
It is.
Okay, so.
Exactly.
Well, I don't like it. Well, get the hell out of it. I can't. Yes, you can. No, I can't. Yes, you can. No, I can't. Yes, you can.
Exactly.
And then they
I
do.
like insurance.
Exactly.
So, but that's perfect, Chelsea, because you are admitting the parts that keep you and want you doing. And so, once you realize that you're just having fun learning what you want and don't want, and once you keep doing it, you'll get less and less in the program, Bree, that all of a sudden one day you'll be doing what you actually enjoy doing. I mean it. Now, you just had someone offer you want to come work over at the dispensary, and then even Orion's like, I want to work at the dispensary. We go and say, so even at my age, even though I do readings and stuff, I'm off doing all kinds of things to make a living. I'm learning new things, going, yeah, I'll go trim. Yeah, I'll go do that. Yeah, I'll try that. Yeah, maybe I would like to be a bud tender. I don't care if it's like, is that your career, Sheila? Well, no, they tell me I can retire if I fucking want to, but I don't even know what that means because I don't see me doing the retirement thing. Because
I feel that.
So
I mean, but that's what everybody's always trying to ask you is like, what's your career? You don't want to be doing this when you're 50, or you don't want to be doing this when you're 90, or you don't want to be doing this when you're X amount of age.
Why not?
You'll probably never be doing what you're doing right now.
Exactly.
In 5 years, So
Free?
hopefully you give some.
My
direction
daddy
to
owned
it.
bars. I said, I'll never fucking bartend. I grew up having to deal with that shit. I'll never be a bartender. But my landlady, where I lived, Sheila Burgers, bought a bar in Cuna. She's in her 60s and says, Sheila, she did, they didn't negotiate rent. Yeah, what's up, Buttercup? Want to go bartend? Not really, but I owe money to you, so sure, why not? Right?
I mean,
That made me go bartend. I don't know how to bartend, but I know how to play with people, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
Even
I played.
Justin Bieber says never say never.
That's right. So I took my psychic Sheila business cards to the bar and I let all my customers know, and this is in my 50s, I do not know how to make drinks.
Believe that.
I will let you come back behind the bar and make your drink and pay me for it. And you make it a fucking psychic reading. We'll see. It's like
I go to that
50-50.
bar every night.
So I had to get permission from my landlady, like, Arlene, do you want people to pay for drinks they like? Yes. Let them make the fucking drinks. And we'll show them a good time. And we were the only bar in Cuna that I was Stoner Sheila, and the bar smelled like coffee because I drank coffee going, make your drinks. That's $5.50. Okay? And did I walk around going, do you guys think I should be doing this for a career? Nobody even thought it was a career. It's like, y'all know I'm just doing this to pay my rent, right? The lady that owns this place. So, am I still doing it? No. Which is fine. I don't want to. Okay?
Right.
That's the point I made. I did not wake up going, I am 50 fucking years old being a bartender that I'm not bartending. And am I doing it right or wrong? Well, we already know I wasn't doing it right. I didn't know legally you're not allowed to let people back there. Didn't anyone know that? Even Arlene didn't know it, so whatever. You know what the sheriff told us to do? He asked us to go to the liquor classes.
Would you
just
please,
take the
would you
classes,
please
please.
allow us
Well,
to
I mean,
show
I
up
took
for
the
the
class.
free class?
Oh, so you know what that we
Yeah.
we didn't.
You're
We
definitely
just
not supposed
opened.
to let them behind the bar.
So you knew that.
Yeah.
You didn't even say it. Well, none of the customers told me that. So back to you, Bree. You took the class. I didn't even take it. I just said maybe I won't bartend. So that is true, but we aren't in Cuna anymore. We're in Ontario, so nobody can get in trouble for that story. Just tell them after you've done it. So don't worry. I want you to go do this apprentice, but I also want you to check into some other opportunities that have been offered to you. Because when you went into it, the lover character might have been a part of that.
Oh.
I mean, for sure.
Okay, because watch.
Well, because justice.
What? Ryan says, just a minute.
No. Your career brings fairness and protection to others that need your help.
Okay.
So it doesn't have to be injustice. What you provide, probably with music,
So
is
it's
justified.
right. So
Okay.
you
Because
may
people
not.
need it.
Well, so what he's saying is, you may not see it right now, the music stuff. because you're thinking about you have to make money to pay bills to do.
Right.
I know what's making you do this.
Manifest that shit.
Thank you.
Okay.
The people person that you are, the confident you needs to jump in there and make her go do it. Now you may do it on the side for friends, just for fun, starting to see what it's like.
Mm-hmm.
You may volunteer once in a while. You may start getting yourself connected with other people that are doing things, going, I want to be a part of this. You can't look at the world, Bree, and go, oh, it's all fucked up. I can't get into all that right now, and da-da-da-da-da. You can't do that. Or you're not going to do any of it, and you're just going to keep trying to find something that's legit, that everybody accepts as a career. What's a career? Do you think, Bree, I'm a back east Catholic girl. Do you think my family, when they heard Sheila passes out magic muffins and does humans, do you think that impressed them?
I mean, probably not.
No, I thought you were going to say probably, and I was going to go, or not.
Did you say depress or
Probably
impress?
Probably did depress a few of them a little bit. And I mean it sincerely, because when my poor mother would say, Sheila, what do I tell the people back east you do? And I said, tell them I do humans on the street corner, Mom, because I did in Boise.
I mean, that's not a lie.
On First Thursday. That's what I'm saying. And my mom would laugh and cry and go, I'm being serious. And I'm going, I'm being serious, Mom. I stick my children, you know them, in store windows dressed up like elves. And they're muffinizing people with me, Mom. Yeah. You can even let my relatives know I child labor. I'm working the kids for a living on street corners. It's okay.
That sounds so bad.
Again, but it was the truth.
It's normal.
And the last time they invited you to Thanksgiving, obviously.
Oh, I haven't done that for years. That's my worry. Yeah. I know they may be watching me though, going, "We love you, Sheila." They come on here and watch. They're like, "No, we claim her."
Parents will always overkill.
So the bottom line, that's why I just shared that, because it's like, no, is that true? No, that's a real story, and we can laugh, but I had to have balls to say, I don't care what they think. I do care what I'm doing and enjoying my human friends and loved ones, and anyone that loves me is going to go, I know what she's all right. And that's you. You have to sit back and go, who cares? I'm living me. Right. And whether I could wake up tomorrow and go, I don't ever want to twist another fucking wire or whatever an electrician does.
I mean, that's pretty much it.
I'm drinking kid wine. I promise to never stand behind a bar again. You see, but that, okay?
Yeah.
Thought I wanted to own a preschool, just like you and I. We thought we wanted to be daycare teachers, right? So what? That doesn't mean we failed at something. I didn't fail at it. You didn't fail at it. Mm-hmm. Because what we did is we learned something from taking those classes. And then we went out there and we started realizing we really like working with humans. We don't care what age it is, it's that we like working with humans. And that's a very important thing that you've recognized in yourself. You just don't keep giving yourself credit for that. I mean, you try to, and then you go back on the treadmill of that program self trying to figure it out. So,
oh man.
I also just don't know what that is. Like,
that's okay.
I know
though.
it's the working with humans thing, but I just don't know.
So for some reason we actually have
what.
Yeah.
And I guess that's
Some
where I'm
things
getting
we're just
stuck.
trying to get content.
Okay. So, think of the things you enjoy doing with people for a minute.
We do.
And think about the way you've been raised and what you see in your family. You have DNA in you, whether you like some of it or not.
Oh, you got a lot of it.
Got a lot of DNA, but I got a little bit of this and that, and then, you know, some of other people's DNA, okay?
Whoa!
And so,
Whoa.
Hey.
it's the way it is. I mean,
It's sad.
hey, we've learned these things are real.
Yeah.
Okay, you swap spit, you got DNA swapping.
Oh,
Okay.
for sure.
So,
Hey, even knuckles.
oh, even knuckles are
Yeah,
DNA
hey,
swap.
some.
We swap DNA.
Wow.
Yeah, we can hang out next time, dude.
We just swap DNA, and you just got a little of his too.
Can I just what?
Yeah, it'll be.
We're almost done.
we need
So,
to-
Bree,
Fine.
I got a sweet family to take care of.
what I think is that you're honestly very close to realizing the things you want to do.
What inspires you? Focus on that. Pay attention to that from here on out. That's what you need to go. You know, music is probably something that sounds like you were very inspired by music. You know, like there's something Chelsea will tell you. She's talking about like venues or whatever.
Let
You
the
know, something comes to mind. You know, whatever. It's probably you live in small. Whatever you're really thinking of is that's it.
Whatever.
You know,
I call her
if you even
him all
think
the
that it's
time.
kind of just like a joke idea, is like pursue it. You know, or at least pay attention to it.
She gets called a
So she
heel.
will inspire you.
One of the limited things we do,
Tough,
Bray,
dude.
is
Tough raising three.
I
What about me?
think
What, huh?
That's it's tough raising three.
you're gonna
Oh,
get
that's
some other
good.
form of education. It may be the electrician thing, I don't know, but
That's
one
still a
of the
good job though.
yeah, one of the
Yeah,
things
3
we
days
do
on
is,
summer.
we
It's
just
super out
Have a
now.
side, side gig, you know, figure that stuff
Right?
out.
You can turn it off when
it's
you
the
go.
side gig thing. It's just it's
Do the
hobby.
electrician stuff to fund your inspirations, you know,
So
whatever
what are
those
you
are.
doing now for a living though?
I'm doing just the electrician's apprentice.
And you get paid for that.
I do. Very little, but I do.
Bye, love you.
Love you too, honey. You get paid for it, but very little.
Mm-hmm.
But you're enjoying it.
Kind of.
Okay. Okay, listen to what you're
It's
saying
not very
to me.
people-y, and that's kind of where I come back to this, like, I need to be more with humans and, like, I feel like my talent is interacting with people, whether it's, like, a service job or whatever it is. I need to be, like, interacting with humans more often. And I found that with this job. Because it's not very people-y. Like, there's not a lot of people you interact with on a day-to-day
know.
basis. It's more like you're working with people that don't like people that much. And that's fine.
Are you on construction sites?
Yes.
Yeah, alright.
Yeah.
So you don't have to like stick your hand in like spider webs and, you
100%.
know, like, alright.
Well, and I mean, there's
But you're at a
some gross
construction
stuff.
site.
Yeah, like there's some gross stuff, but it's definitely not. I don't think that this is going to be my forever job
No,
because
it
I
isn't.
feel like I want to be around people and talking to people and seeing a bunch of different people every day.
So, I almost feel like maybe you have jumped in and you're helping your lover.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a fun thing that you both jumped into because Miss Gemini, you can adapt to things because Gemini is a mutable sign. But as he's in digging it, is he digging it?
Mm-hmm.
He's digging it.
He loves it.
Okay.
She
Good.
said that pretty confidently.
Yes,
He does.
she did.
He's wanted to do it for a while.
And so he's in.
Yeah.
And as that's going and all that's working, you'll find your niche. You'll start quietly being back to the breed, looking at what she likes. But you both jumped in because you both were like, let's do this.
Right.
You made plans, you had ideas. And you can still do part of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're the type you just said, well, I'll be working with the people.
Right.
But that means you don't need to learn this. You need to be learning the other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's that you're learning business, if you go back to school and go, okay, fine, I got to learn business. Or maybe you don't have to go back to school. You just go online and you start teaching yourself. And then you start finding the things you enjoy doing. You may not just walk away, but the day you wake up and you go, I fucking don't want to do this, that's the day you walk away.
Yeah.
Okay? But you don't regret it. I want to make sure we understand something. That's why I gave you the bartender thing.
Okay.
You don't regret it.
Because you always learn something,
Right.
right?
Yeah. I didn't sit there going, I must not be succeeding at anything else if I have to make drinks for other humans. When this is what I like to do.
Right.
But at the time, raising my children, it's like, that'll help pay your rent.
You have to make money.
Yeah.
No shit, that'll help pay my rent.
Right.
That'll take rent off. I'll swing it. Does that make sense? And that's kind of where you are with the electrician thing. Wait, that'll get the bills paid real quick? At least a little bit?
Provide stability, you know.
Yeah.
And then
security,
you're
yeah.
really, so instead of thinking, wondering if it's it, you just said it to Ryan and I. This isn't it. You already just said it to us.
Start
You're like, but
funding
what
yourself
is it?
in
And-
ways that you can.
Right. Don't, all I'm going to ask you tonight not to do, now that you know the electrician thing isn't it, I don't want you to beat yourself up in your head. Well, then what is it? Don't do that. Okay. How old are you right now, Bree?
32.
You were 32. I didn't, even though I've done this, I didn't do it seriously until I was about 35 or 36. I didn't even go on the
I
radio
think that's
until
where
I was
everybody does it,
37.
you know. So
That's
you
when
might
you
be
find
ahead of
your
your time, you know. So
thing.
step
Okay.
it up.
Okay?
All right.
And I learned this at 17, but I was out chasing the program self.
Right.
Oh, Sheila, you must be this and that.
That's kind of where I'm
Worked
at.
for a psychiatrist. Right, he's the one that's, why don't you do that? An Indian psychiatrist who understood this stuff.
Right.
So, but did I listen to him then? No. You know
No.
why? Because I was young and I was like, I don't think I can do that professionally. And then it was like, well, when did I think that? Oh yeah, back when I worked for a doctor. I didn't know I could do this even though someone told me I could. Does that, see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, once you get past that limited little child in the dark room, I can't see what can't see what I'm gonna do. Yes, you will see. Just stop thinking you're in this dark room in your head and you can't see all your possibilities. Because you have so many. Actually, it's the opposite.
You have too many almost.
And it's exciting. Get excited, Bree. It's exciting to have fun because you're still young enough to just go check it all out and not worry about. One day you're going to go, oh my God, if I hadn't have done this and that, I never would have found out this is what I really enjoy doing.
That's true.
So that's it.
Do you ever get inspired when you're listening to music?
He keeps
Like-
going back to the music,
I
Bree.
do though.
I know, well, I'm
just
So
thinking of,
I'm
like,
always around
Is
music.
when,
a
and
Yes.
here's
lot.
why is
Like,
because when I'm like driving or cruising, you know, listening to music and stuff, I go into autopilot and it like brings up this different like realm of thinking, you know, and like so when I'm doing these simple cruises, you know, like I'll do a cruise around like maybe the Butte or something, you know, it's like those allow me like just keep. I do it pretty often, you know, like during some of them I get really inspired by different thoughts, you know, and like I would just think that pay attention to those thoughts when you're listening to music, you know, because I think you're
He's
really
a DJ,
tapping. I
Bree.
know. You're tapping into something, you know.
He
like,
does
pay attention to
music.
those thoughts.
He doesn't
Okay.
just do my show. He does all kinds of stuff. He's a daddy, so he's raising a family. But if someone called him up and said, will you do my wedding? Or, you know, will you
Kill
do this?
somebody.
Huh?
I'll be right there.
What? No, wait.
Yes. No.
Real.
We get real here. We get real. So, if you were to say, well, what do you do for a living? You do DJ work. I
do a
mean,
lot of things.
I
you
mean,
know.
yeah.
I have fun. Do what inspires me.
He does this. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of what we're kind of saying to you, like, Bree. You could do 10 different things if you were enjoying
probably
doing all
should.
10 of them.
So basically start
Diversify.
trying more things.
Yes.
Yes.
Push yourself.
Yeah, short division, Bree. We could have done that. Hey,
I
Bree, you
mean-
know what psychically we think you should do? Start doing more things.
So
Yeah,
doing
push
more
your
things.
boundaries.
I kind of need to know that though. I mean, I
Trust
only
yourself.
really just ever focus on one thing and just go for it. And I feel like I'm so like multitask oriented that I could be doing a bunch of different things, but
Yes.
instead I'm just like always just focus on one thing.
And it's easy to do. I know I'm
Write-
using
write
me
stuff
as an
down.
example again, and I want to use him as an example real quick. I know he has more than one thing because he's running the good life, doing the juice business, okay?
That one's down.
DJ, huh?
No.
No, what was
that,
this?
The good life is out. Hey,
Well, no,
good
but
life.
then,
I ain't got time for you, buddy. Good life, you're out.
You're out.
Hey, good life, you're fired.
Like you're done. So, but he had fun
He wears
doing
a bunch
it.
of different hats. It's
Right,
Exactly.
yeah,
You
right.
get it. She gets
And
it.
the same
Yeah.
here, you
Hey,
know?
you're not just an electrician, you know, like you're
Right.
so much
There's
more.
other things.
Start
Yes.
defining what those are and start being
It's like when you-
more intentional on the ones that you allow to control more than.
If you're sitting there
It's sharing
at
your
home with
life.
Chad and you're bored,
Mm-hmm.
start thinking about
Good
what
life. R.I.P.
Orion is saying to you
Trying
with
to
the
make me
music
cry.
and stuff. Because taking a chance with the music and stuff is going to push your envelope. It's going to push you. Because
Right.
it's easy to sit and watch a TV show or have a couple toddies with you, you know, and he's drinking his kid wine or whatever and shooting the shit, you know, and taking a bong hit or something and just saying, I don't know, what are we going to do in life, huh? And then just say, I don't
Yeah.
know, let's think about it tomorrow, honey. And then tomorrow comes and, but
Hey,
instead you
that's
could
why you
go,
write the stuff down, you know.
and that's why you sit there and say, you know what, I'm going to go see if I can jump on a music festival or something. And
Yeah.
wouldn't you like doing
or
something?
get
I mean, try
involved in a production
something.
of something, you know.
Or
like,
anything.
Yeah.
start learning different perspectives of live music if that's what you really like, you know. How to put them
Yeah.
on and stuff like that, you know. Like
You know what I
Being
can't
a
believe
promoter.
you've never
That's
done,
what
you
I
know?
think.
You know,
I-
like, and there's so
What?
many different elements to it, so you gotta.
What?
Play, you get up there on the stage and do the music. I'm
It's like
surprised.
DJ?
Yeah, I'm surprised
You
you've
want a
never
DJ?
done that.
I mean, I've wanted to do it for a
What's
while.
your DJ
but
name?
I knew it!
What's your
See, I
DJ
think
name?
this is
I
what you've
don't
been
know
picking up.
how.
You've never tried.
DJ,
You
I don't know
supported
how.
all the other
have
ones.
never tried.
What's your DJ name?
I don't know.
It's I don't
Bree,
know where you go.
Pinky. No,
DJ.
Hey, that's where you
DJ.
start. Figure out your DJ name,
DJ,
and then
yeah.
everything else will lay itself out.
Okay.
Have you tried playing any of the music like Casey and all of them?
Never.
and Rachel, but you like to.
No. I
But you
mean,
secretly
I've
want
thought
it.
about trying it, but like I've always been told like don't like if you don't know what you're getting into because then you have to buy like all this expensive equipment and
And you let that talk you out.
No, you
see?
don't.
kind of
No, you
yeah. I
don't.
was just like I don't want to get into another expensive hobby. Like
Why?
I don't.
You have a bad relationship with money.
I do. I
'Cause
definitely
DJ
do.
equipment is not money; it's a thing, right? So that can be bartered or whatever.
Not
you know,
only
you
that,
come across it. It's
You
weird
know
how
a lot
manifestation
of.
works.
Sorry, I am so
No, keep
sorry.
going. Oh,
I'm
hey,
so
whoa,
sorry.
whoa,
I
whoa!
need to
I
do
was
that.
stepping in.
No.
It's the psychic Sheila.
No, but you were
Like,
talking. That
stop.
was, my kids would be going, tell mom to stop cutting you off.
Mm. They've tapped out a long time ago.
Yeah, they're like, we're not freaking watching her tonight. So, you know a lot of people with equipment.
Mhm.
All you have to
There
do
you
is
go,
start
hey.
practicing and playing with that. You know what? If you told Rhythmic Friction and all of them
Oh,
that you
yeah.
wanted to go practice on that,
You probably won't
they'd
get the
all
clap,
be
though.
going, get over here, do it, Bree.
Probably would.
I know
and
they
I'm
would.
sure he would love to.
I know they would. And
Who's that is?
that's just you
It'll be really
going,
fun.
no, but I'm like, you know what, Bree? You don't know. You don't know that you might find out that you have a natural with it and interacting with the people and giving them a little of the music that they want because you are a people person, but because you haven't allowed yourself. I don't want to spend money on another hobby. It's like, Bree, ka-ching. Do not do that to yourself.
Okay.
Really. It's an item.
Right.
Can we get Zach on
Fucking
here next?
do it.
Yes. What are you gonna do now, Bree?
What do you want me to do?
I'm gonna try more things. I'm gonna open it up.
Do what inspires you.
I'm
And you're
open
not
it up.
gonna worry whether the electric, because you already know it's not. You're just doing it.
Yeah,
Pay
I don't
attention.
think it's what's for me. And that's why I was kind of like, I just want to get pushed in a direction, but I think I just need to try more things.
I do
think
too.
that's the real thing. Is just open yourself up and try more things, and
I mean, you could
I think
if
you
you
need
wanted.
to.
It'll
I
come.
think you need to create your own direction.
yeah.
Yep.
And I
Do what
keep thinking
inspires
like,
you.
I don't know what I
Yeah,
want to
dude.
do. I don't know what I want to do, but it's just because I'm not like trying more things. So I
Good
think
girl. Good girl.
try more things.
And I think now that you're saying that, it's because you've just lifted the programmed mind off going, stop thinking you have to pick one thing and stick to it.
It's kind
I
of
love you.
scary.
Drive safe.
But yeah,
Let's get that maintenance done. We'll
I know.
work something out.
Every-
I'm back like once a week, so.
Yeah, she's here all the time.
And you
This
have
is
a
my first time,
successful
so-
parent.
Yeah.
More of a reason to come
Stuck
back,
to
right?
one thing,
You know?
made himself
Oh, yeah.
very successful at it. And so that's what you've seen all your life. And you're like, I gotta find that one thing I'm good at and be successful at it. And it's like, that's not necessarily how it's gonna be.
exactly.
Okay. And there's so many things to try out there. And today isn't the way it was when your parents were growing up.
Exactly.
And so they,
It probably was, they just didn't do it.
exactly.
Yeah.
You're right. And with technology and everything, it's even more so.
It's what, yeah.
So,
it looks great.
Back then, you found
Dinner
something you
was
were
great.
safe and secure with.
Everything was great.
Really,
And
most of
some,
the
I
time.
guarantee that being an electrician, like some of that shit's gonna apply to whatever you pursue. You know, it's like you're getting that,
Right, like
that
you're
whole,
gonna be able
all
to
that,
use some
that
of
language
those
and
skills.
shit. Yeah, you know, so you're gonna need all that, and then it's gonna apply to some different aspect
Look, look what she
towards
said.
your
Look
inspiration.
what she said.
They want to collaborate with you, Bree.
That's
They're
messy.
buying a MIDI.
Oh, see, hey.
What does buying a MIDI mean?
Well, you're gonna
You're
find.
about to find out.
Oh, a MIDI.
Yeah,
It's a controller. MIDI is dead.
And we're gonna give her the
Maybe
clap
the
right now and get her
turntables will be
started.
whatever. Hey,
Oh, thank you.
who said that?
So, did it help you?
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
Oh,
You
yeah.
feel a little better now? Like you're
I
not
do.
so,
Yeah.
Okay, good.
That's Galactivate said that.
Oh, Miguel. That's Sissy.
I was gonna say it's not Melissa.
Sissy.
See how? Hey, look what we've all been doing, and you've known all of us for a long time. It's like, do I know Gal? I know Galactivate. Isn't that Sissy Melissa? Didn't they live with your wiggly roommates? And what is she doing now? Everything. She'd be going, get over here and do that with us.
It's a small little world.
Oh yeah, she said, "Hey Bree, hey Chelsea."
Oh, see, everybody's saying hi.
Yeah, bye.
So,
Hey, bye Chelsea.
everybody, Chelsea left, everybody. Bye to Chelsea. So, do it. A little bit of everything.
Oh yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
Play with the music a little bit.
All right.
Okay?
All right.
Got it. Did you really want to come over here?
Sure, dude.
Get over here.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, I
got
said
one.
we were
I got
only going to
one.
go a few minutes, and it's like, you know
Oh, yeah.
what? We got all our homies around us. They're like, do all of us. Okay, we'll do all of you.
It's gonna be a long night.
Oh, the dog wants us to do him too.
Man,
Oh.
this is my buddy.
This
Bimo.
is when
blushing?
it gets the
His
funkster.
name is short for Be More.
Be more.
He is a question of expression of everyday.
And
Be
very
more
inspirational.
than we were yesterday.
That's
All right.
you.
That's
That's
should be all
you.
of us,
I'm pretty sure that's you.
right? Yeah.
He's your extension of
He
you.
is.
He hates me.
All of
That's
our,
it.
all
That's
of
it.
our
Are you
family
serious?
photos, he'll pop up in.
Yeah.
Dude.
Just
He's,
photo
That's a
bombing.
daddy's
he's
dog
my
right
guy,
there.
dude. He's my dude.
Be more.
Have you ever seen
He's my
Adventure Time?
extra extension.
Is that a movie or?
It's a show.
It's a show. Yeah.
I just saw.
From Pendleton Ward. It's worth checking out.
Well, I think Sequoia watches it.
Probably.
Yeah. And what's funny is I just heard it referenced in a battle rap, so it made me like, hey, that, and then you just said it, so it's just.
Oh, dude.
That's what.
It's a
that's what
wormhole,
his,
dude.
That's what
Oh, yeah.
his
Once
from.
Oh, I
you
bet.
crawl
I
in,
bet.
dude.
Look how it's trying to get me
Be
to watch
more.
Be more.
It's actually
Be more
fun.
Is it?
He is.
How do you
He's
spell
a
that?
little-
Is the
Bimo?
great statement of
Bimo?
BMO.
Bimo?
Yeah, just
Oh,
BMO.
BMO.
Bimo. Yeah,
It's,
Bimo.
it's that, but that
Hey,
BMO
Bixby
is
wants to
short.
be more.
It's short.
I
It's short
just
for
had
Be More.
Bimo.
She's actually a girl,
it's not
right?
my
Yeah.
own hand. Oh, it's a
Yeah.
girl.
he's a boy.
It is
But
a
in
boy.
the show-
Oh,
In the show,
Hey,
she's a girl. In
There
the,
be
in the-
Mo down there.
In the show.
Take a look.
In the show, it is
She's a
voice
girl.
acted by a female,
Ah,
but
But
it's a
she's a
robot.
boy.
She's a
Or
video
he's a
game
boy.
console.
I
in
got
the show,
it.
And her
I have
character
Bimo
is
leggings, they're
actually
so cute.
a video
I love
game
Bimo.
console designed to help the
think
last
that, like,
boy on
Who's your
Earth
favorite?
survive the
Like all of
post-apocalyptic
it.
Yeah.
world. they
All of
are
the characters, like even the weird
It's
ones.
bound to happen.
She's supposed to be the
Oh,
best friend
That's
of
fucked
this
up.
boy who's surviving in this post-apocalyptic world with his brother who happens to be a magical dog.
I really
Oh.
like the the shadow guys.
Aren't they all?
I kind of feel like this might be you and BMO.
In like
Yeah,
the
Beano's
alternate
with
owl.
He's my buddy.
You can, like, picture
He's
them
my
all.
buddy.
So what BMO just did, which I was,
I feel like I know what you're
honored,
talking about.
is I put my hand down so he could smell my hand. He did, and then he lifted it and put it on his head.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah,
He likes. I don't know.
yeah.
No,
See,
dude, he's your buddy. He wants to be
yeah,
pet.
he wants you to pet
He
him.
wants to snuggle him. He likes it.
He's just weird. He's just weird.
He's just
a
weird.
weird dog.
He'll bark at you when you first come in. He doesn't see very good.
Well, he's got
in
like
his older
Chihuahua or
age.
something in him,
Yeah.
doesn't he?
So like he'll bark at
He's,
me until like.
Oh
knows
well,
exactly
the thing is
why
I
we're
trust
actually
dogs.
carrying
You know,
him.
so
I was gonna say, he's
when
got
barks at me, I
Some
say,
sort
oh
of
no,
wired
you
or
know,
something.
like,
Yeah,
Right.
do you
like
smell
that.
my dogs?
Okay.
More
Well,
than
and a
likely.
lot of like
Yeah, dude.
he's actually not
Dogs
that
dogs
yappy.
feel that good
Like a lot of
energy
little
too.
ones
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
They do.
You know, so
They
they'll
do.
It's just like
feel
that when
your-
you come
they'll
in,
feel
but
your
he's like,
aura
okay.
before you get in.
Yep.
And they'll be like,
He
yeah,
just wants you to
this
know
is-
that
this
there's
is the
people
guy
coming
right
in. He's
here.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
mom, mom, mom,
This
mom,
is
mom,
my-
mom,
this is
mom,
my
mom,
fan.
Well, what's funny is when I had
And then once they come in, he's like, okay.
when I had my plate of food earlier, he
Some
just came right up on the couch and checked out my food, and then he looked and realized, wait, I don't even know
I
who
was
gonna
these
say,
are.
like,
really fun.
And he ran over to Chelsea and sat there and looked
I always
at
trust
me.
Yeah.
Like,
It takes a minute.
It just
yes,
and I know
but
that sounds
I
so
thought
weird
it was
because
cute
there's some
that he
people that I'm like, oh, I actually
was so
really
into
trust
the
them. And
food
I'm
that he
like, my mom's
realized
like,
that he was so wanting to check out the
like,
food, and all of a sudden
that's
he
not
like
a good sign.
watched
That
you
just
watch
makes me
his
feel
little
weird.
head look at the
Yeah.
hand. And
I
don't know.
Okay,
look at
okay,
you.
now I'm questioning
Oh.
everything. Like, wait a
This
second,
food's
what?
attached
I
to a
just feel like
human.
that's just
You know
like-
what I mean?
Like, your
Like,
dog is
well,
really
what is
sensitive.
she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They always say dogs
But
have like that
again,
weird sixth sense where
I
they
thought it was kind
know
of cute
the
that he
person
went for the
better.
food first and
I
then
don't know.
realized,
And that
and
may
it's
or
like,
may
and
not
then he
be
went to
true, but
Chelsea.
like,
So he knows Chelsea.
Yeah, he knows Chelsea. I've known Chelsea for a long
And that's the
time.
thing.
Okay.
So
Most
I've
of
known
the people that
Chelsea
my
for
dogs like
like
growl or
probably
bark
10
at,
years.
like,
going
I'm
on.
Okay.
friends with them anyway,
And
so
we
I'm
were
just like,
friends
ooh, I
like
don't know if I should
lifetimes
hang
in
out with them.
relationships
And then
ago.
like all
Right.
the people that
And
like I know
yeah, we've
or,
just
like,
always
at
kind of
least wanna be
stayed
friends
in
with,
a
they
kind of
don't
close
ever
enough
do that
circle
with,
to
so it's
like,
like,
you know.
I noticed it,
No.
and again, because
Like,
dogs are just as
Or they're
intuitive.
picking up on
So,
your
Instead of
your, like,
he's known her the whole
hesitation.
time he's been
Chris-
around me.
and since he still wanted to explore me, he just went where he felt safe with her and sat there
Right.
looking at me like,
Yeah.
now I
The
can
old
check
Chris,
out what
that's
I
like friends with,
didn't
like,
know
the
I
Chase
walked
used
up
to.
on.
She's tried,
It was like
you
friends with,
know,
like,
so
Billy
he
and everybody.
knows that
My
she's
dogs
part
barked
of
at
the
him.
tribe.
Oh,
Nicole's
and
dogs barked
she's
at him.
very
I've
attached
been
to
in
dogs
multiple
and
houses where the
animals,
dogs have
and
barked
so
at
that
him.
sense
And-
too.
And me and her
I
dog Miko.
like
were
the
very
guy.
close,
I
too.
just don't know him that well.
Oh,
And I
what are you, an
like,
animal
I
whisperer?
was here by myself.
I don't think so.
All the dogs bark
Sad to say.
All the
Yeah.
dogs bark at
You
him.
deny it?
I think
You
yeah.
kind of do.
I mean,
the
I'm
dog
not
bark
like
at
Caesar
him. Do you think
Milan.
he
I've
would
never,
run?
I've never like
Yeah.
walked into a house and been like able to control dogs by any means.
This
But
why are all the dogs
I
barking
think
at me? Like,
that,
this can't be a
I
good
think
sign.
that,
He's always been one of those people that, like, if I was left in a room
you know, just
alone,
That's what I'm saying.
really
I've
super
never
fucking
been-
uncomfortable.
I've never
I
been
agree.
beings around
So,
you
That being
spiritually
said, I've never
is a
been
good
weirded
way
out.
to,
Yeah,
you know,
I
judge the interactions
Yeah,
you're
nope.
gonna have with the
Nope.
other beings around you. So like
there's
dogs,
quite a few people
dogs
in the
feel
scene
the
that, like,
the scene before they go
I'm like,
into it to just kind of know what to look
That's
for.
why I
When
was
you
giggling
have
going,
any
and he was
interest
so
in being-
curious
And
about
that's
the
weird to say
food
now,
that he
because, like,
jumped
we're in
into the
such a
scene
small
before he
stage.
He
realized.
let down his guard before
Right.
and then he realized, oh,
But at the
oh,
same time,
Wait,
like,
I don't
wait,
know who's
yeah,
attached to the
wait, yeah,
food.
okay, I know this. This is
there's
gonna
just
be an
some people.
He's
that
also,
just
you know,
don't
you take a
wanna be
dog
left
to
by yourself all the time.
a music festival
that's-
where there's
Sucks.
a
and there's
1,000
also, but they
people.
stay.
Well, a dog
And they
like
go-
this.
yeah,
But
and
I
they
You
go
can't
on
take
and
my
off
dog
on
That's
their
the same with
own.
any circle of
Right,
friends.
and
Like,
there's
I've
1,000
had,
people
like,
that are like, oh my god, little
before I
dog,
hung
what
out
are
in
you
a scene,
doing?
I was with like
You know,
the
oh my god, the
college
dog, come
style
with me.
kids
Let me
and,
pet
like,
it.
Right.
Come with me.
and stuff, and, like, they're
Everyone's like, yeah.
I'm a short human.
I'm
Sometimes
like,
it happens to
you
little
know.
people too. They're like, oh, come with me, little human.
Like,
You're like,
This
I don't
way.
know. Wait, put me down. Put me
Sometimes-
down.
sometimes, you know,
group of friends.
Sometimes groups of people can be gravitational.
Yes,
And
yes.
That's just
And
what
then
I
there
feel
goes
like
the little
sometimes
human
I
and the
feel
little
like
dog.
I think people
He's definitely
could
one
be
person I know
more
for
in
sure
tune
that
with with that if they chose to be, like dogs are.
And Penny,
And
that
cats.
we're having
Cats
it
are on a
happen.
different level. I
Like,
think.
Yeah,
when we're
cats are
around
on a whole
him,
other one.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
like
Like,
women
okay,
with
sorry.
things.
Yeah,
Well,
word.
that was amazing that you just said that.
Did we just become best friends?
Yeah, that's weird.
Yep.
So good. So good.
So, you know, Zach, and by the way, this is his house that we're being educated
Salute
with all
to
these
Zach.
numbers and colors and letters and shapes.
I have 3 children under 5, so we are trying to learn everything all at the same time together.
I love it, Zach.
Period.
So,
That's a good. Hell yeah.
did you pull a couple cards for him too?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you did. Can we show it
Well,
to
and
him?
what's funny is a couple came out each time, so there's 2 so far. I have a 3rd deck. Shall I pull? Or
Absolutely.
do you want to pull?
I want. We'll let Zach pull.
Zach gets the pull. This is a life purpose one.
That was like strangely nerve wracking, even though it's not in front of a bunch of people. I was just like, there's people watching me.
You
I
know
know.
what we talked about earlier when we were having a safety
wormhole.
meeting out in your time machine?
Yeah, just how I felt the whole time. I was like, I know.
Oh, everybody has a
there's
time
nobody
machine,
here,
trust
but
me.
I can feel
You're
them
in
watching
one.
me.
And then when you have safety meetings, wherever you're having it, there's your time machine. I mean,
We're
it's like,
testing right now.
because you never know what's going to happen with time when
Oh,
you're in
shit.
that kind of meeting.
Books.
Books.
Books, and more books.
You connect to your life purpose through your involvement with books. Are you a librarian?
I'm not.
Oh.
You know, I don't really read a lot. I
Although,
used to read at a young age, but since I've grown up and like in media and everything, I really haven't had to read much because
That's
it's
right.
all force fed to me. But I feel that
What do you do?
my kids are missing out on books. Like I had a lot of books,
okay, that's why you got that card.
but I feel like
You
my
had a lot of
kids-
books growing up?
I did, yeah. A lot of those books that you see over there are the books that I had when I was growing up.
Oh, nice.
So
Okay.
my grandfather saved them
I'm tuning in.
for all of his kids. He had 3 kids after I was born. He had 3 kids himself, my grandfather.
I'll tell you,
Oh.
you can let me clarify what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
So like there's my children's books in there and my uncle's children's books are all merged over there.
Even though
and,
they're younger than you.
Yeah.
and I'm trying to make time in my life to be able to read more for them, but I haven't because I work too much.
Okay,
And
so
stuff. So that's what I feel.
Have you
even
written a book
Kaylee
yet?
got to see it. Ooh, oh.
Because that's been
Because
weighing
he's been
heavy
on
me.
fire tonight.
Yo,
Listen.
hey, put me out with.
Well, you weren't with us, Ryan, when we were out in his
You know,
man cave time machine. And he's got all
Front
his,
porch.
he's a mechanic. And he's got all kinds of stuff out there that he does. And he
Yeah.
was talking about some ideas he wanted to do, business wise.
oh, yeah.
And he also has that screen. So hearing Ryan go off
Yeah,
on the
start writing
books.
It sounds like, right?
So 2 things I think
You
Ryan
should.
got
You journal?
with this. See what he's doing? So
It's just what I know about writing books is like,
Well-
you just start journaling.
I used to journal a lot.
Stop.
I used so
Stop
when I was in,
doing and start
when I
doing.
was when I was junior high school, I wrote a lot, and a couple of shrinks that I
Well, there's your
went to
first book. Probably,
told
or at
gave
least
me
parts of
books
it.
and told me to
Yeah.
write, and I put a lot of energy and time into those. But
Mhm.
I grew up.
Started up.
I grew up and I stopped. Like I started
Oh.
working. I moved away. I left all the books.
So we
Alright,
want you to
man.
see that he's
It's time to
got.
come back to Neverland.
So it's 2 things I think Ryan is tapped into with the books. A, I think psychically, this card coming out is to remind you importance with your kids reading the books,
Right.
even if it's Kaylee doing it, but you guys incorporating the books.
Right. We need to read. We need to read more books.
Oh,
Right,
no doubt.
period. As a
Yeah.
family, sitting
Right,
here reading,
right.
letting them read to you and things.
That's tough.
The other thing, I love what Ryan said. What if you're supposed to write a book? So remember, you have a talent. You are a mechanic. You have knowledge. that you could be journalizing. You have ideas. You may be coming up with something out in that amazing room that you work in and go, wow, that was a great idea, and start journalizing like he's saying. So you don't necessarily have to journal like you did in high school, emotions or whatever, but literally when you hear him say this and he's the one pulling these cards, it could be that he's saying, dude, journal the knowledge you have. If you come up with something, write that shit down.
So another feeling that I've been having since lockdown hit, and I was forced to stop working and coming home, and like spending more time at home, was watching videos. I want to be able. I know I'm not going to be here forever. I've lost a lot of friends this year, so I know that our time
Here, Ontario?
No, just like
Earth?
You
going
So,
with
like-
Elon Musk up to Mars?
No,
Hey,
no.
hook me up.
I love you, Ryan.
Our time on Earth is temporary, at
Of
best,
course.
at best. And like every moment that we have here is really precious.
Very
And
precious.
so like
Oh.
I might not be able to show my daughter the things that I'm able to show my son
I bet you can.
before I'm taken from this earth. And so I was like, I gotta like GoPro and like some cameras, and like I would really love to like showcase some of the skills that I do have and I'm good at.
Yes.
And I want to be able to like film those so that way my kids can be like, how did my dad change the outlet in the wall? Like what steps did he do to be able to do it? And I feel like being able to like this, record it, be like, this is how Dad would test the battery in your car. So your car doesn't start. This is where Dad would start.
So,
And then go through the process of where you would go.
now, can
But
you imagine
to
if
do
you
that,
did that back
it
when
would
you
have
had a
to be
VHS
constant.
tape or a
Right.
or a
But you still
DVD?
can, it's like, one fun thing is to create like an email account and send content to it as their thing, and you give them the email and the address. Years later, it's like,
Yeah, and
Does
so,
that
and
make
then they
sense?
sent us this, like a couple, so
something
this is
like that, or even just like a thumb drive or even a hard
Yeah,
drive,
dude.
because you'll
I think,
have a ton.
dude. I think like having
I mean, look at this right here. This is just for
So
content.
they just got
This is just for
married.
content, like this will be
And
stuff like
we
using
were not
the
able
Second
to go
Sheila's
because the baby was, like, 2 weeks old.
promotional videos 10 years from now.
So it was gonna be,
It's
like 4 hours
like, it's
in the
like,
car.
so just keep creating content for
And
whoever you're
so-
trying to.
Yeah,
right?
dude.
For the kids, for
And
anyone.
I really think you should just write books. write
That
books.
blew me away,
Because
yeah.
whether or not they can read it right now,
I really,
they will read
I
it
used
when
to
they
write
can.
a
So
lot.
they
I was
just got
like,
married and
I-
they have.
I never got into, like,
pictures.
say-
I grew up before cell phones and like before
my
text messages.
and it's gonna be
And
way
like
harder
I
for
didn't
them.
send text messages in
She is
school
like
to
done
girls I
a
had
lot of
crushes
artwork
on.
around
I
her
wrote
house.
them
On a
notes
paper.
on paper.
Hey,
dude.
check yes or
And
no.
like my
Hey,
my
check
writing
yes or
was
no.
nice too. Like I took
too.
time
Ooh.
on that, so that way my letters were good. You
Oh my
know?
God.
'Cause I didn't want him to think I was a slacker.
I love
Penmanship.
Penmanship, like I'm not a slacker,
Penmanship.
man. Look at I have a nice hand, I got nice handwriting.
Look, I could do this,
Uh-huh.
and like that's not like that anymore. It's a totally different
It's a
world.
lost art for sure.
Oh yeah, cursive is. I met a young lady, God bless her. She's learning how to read cursive because it
It's
wasn't
not
taught in
common.
school and she's 18 or 19.
Yeah,
It's funny.
And
it's not taught in
so,
school, so they gotta learn how to read it.
Yeah.
We're weird, dude. We're forced to write that shit. And we're like,
In
this is
third grade.
stupid.
I love
Why are
it.
you making us do
Don't you
this?
like it?
I did when I got to high school. when there was some inspiration.
Or with
behind
a spray can, you have to because you could keep it going.
I spent a lot of time.
But
behind
that was with the
corner
ink on the
spray
pen,
can,
you know.
Now, see, for me, I couldn't figure out that scale, the bean scale.
You know what I mean?
Like, didn't know how to weigh my ounces and everything in 6th grade. Once I got out of school, I went, how come I couldn't figure that out in school? And now I know exactly how to
Remember
use
those
it.
ones that you used to hang and it had like the scale that would.
I
did.
still
It was
have it.
analog.
I
With
still
the
have
analog.
one.
With the clip.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was
It was a
on the-
postal
Yeah, dude.
scale.
I have like I know I have one out.
I do.
I know.
I won't let go of
And all
it.
those tools,
Just for
dude.
shits and giggles. You can hang it, you know, with a pin on the wall and hang your
Yeah,
sacked away.
I should. I feel like I should hang it from my rearview mirror and like.
Yeah.
I should
I
And just check and make
Just so
sure
I can-
when you leave
I'm
one
gonna
of the
get a
dispensaries
poster
go.
skull teardrop tattoo or something. Just so people know that's where I came from.
Right.
Maybe
Wow.
not in the face, I don't know. Maybe I'm mad.
So, what are these two, Ryan?
Would love to.
Who
Huh.
bought this book
She
for us.
feels she
We weren't able
knows.
to make it to their wedding.
Numbers 22.
She's gonna
That's
be here
good.
tomorrow.
There's a peacock feather.
And
She feels she knows.
So, with she feels she knows him with the peacock feather.
Yeah, so
You want to show them?
Yes.
Peacock talks about being very psychic, knowing psychometry. So, even though you're a male, I think you're a very intuitive male. I think you're very connected with your
Shake
emotions.
them tail feathers.
Kind of like Ryan is, not kind of like Ryan actually is. So that peacock tail feather is really reminding you to tap into your psychic self right now. And trust your ideas that you want to bring to fruition. Not just going to work and coming home and getting in. That's the program. Excuse me, boy, I drink that.
That's the
Didn't want to keep
foundation.
that.
It's time to start building up, you know, like.
Right, right, and trusting your psychic self, the peacock feather being the intuitive self.
Oh, it's not.
And it's the female and you're a male, and so you
Well,
know.
when I think of peacocks, I just think of the big bouquet of feathers, you know, like that's the males, right?
Right,
And that's them, you know, like shaking their tail
showing them,
feathers. So
yeah.
hey, I'm feeling myself.
Yes.
I deserve whatever's coming, you know, like you're
I like
sitting
that.
towards
Really
you, you know,
said it.
pursuing it.
That was good, Ryan. Damn, boy, that was a good one.
Hey.
What's he got
No,
next?
thank you for Tennessee whiskey.
Ryan's like the whiskey's kicking in and my
We got a
psychic
great
self
host
is
tonight.
on
We got a
fire.
great
She's all it's 101 proof.
She's like
I'm
super
like,
humble.
Oh,
She doesn't think
hey,
she's that.
if it was 102, I would have said no.
I like send her stuff and I'm like, you think it's funny? And she's like, good.
But yeah, so
I'm drinking kids' wine because I'm going to smoke
that's
that.
my favorite sample.
But I'll try.
To be on the
That's how I
show.
got this.
Hey, relax the whole of darkness
Haley.
I love
and be at
Can I take a
cause.
bone hit?
and be
No.
at cause.
You're cut off.
Relax the whole of darkness
And
and be at cause.
That's a picture of one of my old dogs.
And because I know whenever we pursue whatever we really like,
And now she does like custom.
Which one?
Now
I don't know
she
if I
does,
want
like,
to say
this not
insecurities, but
even
just
my
the
dog.
darkness
And now she does like custom
tries
dogs.
to bring us down. You know, it's like that's the
Well,
the
it
devil
wasn't.
on the shoulder
That
or
was.
what we don't really want.
Timing was.
Good though. I
Really?
can't fucking.
No, me neither. Not even close.
Yeah, dude.
So, yeah, I missed sex and took a bong hit. What was that last part? Sorry, I checked out on you guys.
Relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. And I'm taking the be at cause a lot out of that card
Okay,
because
good, because that's where it's big for me. So
How even
I
old
feel
is
like
she?
I need to. I feel like
She's 80.
I know what I want to do with my life, and I feel like
So
it's
that
my
one's like
cause,
from, like,
and I just need to focus.
what do you want to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, she just did that one. I just got that one in the mail.
I wanna like
So what does she think? Like she's like too shaky now,
I
or
wanna
like?
start my
no,
own
she
mobile
just-
thing.
she-
Right,
I wanna
we
be
talked
the
about
guy that people
Doesn't-
call
it's so
when they're
realistic.
stuck in a
She just
parking
doesn't
lot
think that
and they
she's
need
that
to get
good.
home
Is it watercolor?
because it's
So
time
she
to
does
go cook
acrylic?
dinner for the fam.
Acrylic?
And you're stuck in the parking lot. That'd be me.
I wanna
The
be
lines
the guy
do.
whose
down in the
purpose,
hallway
my
are,
cause,
Yeah.
is to go help them get home to their family.
He's a
You
mo-
know,
he's a
in
mo-
the easiest way
he's a
possible, dude.
mechanic.
Oh my
Mobile
god.
mechanic.
Well, like,
So I go to start my car and it doesn't start. Pow!
well,
Call
like, yeah,
you?
dude. Yeah, you call me. I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna have a battery or a game plan.
Okay.
And if I can't get you a new battery to get you home,
Hey, if I can't get your car started,
my truck has a hitch, and I'll tow you home.
hell yeah.
So like that's
My
the plan.
God, you're the
So, like,
all
I love it. It's a
in one
whole
guy.
package
The
You're
only-
that I would have bought
Yeah.
20
Like,
times
I've got
already.
those tools out there. was
I
telling
know
you
you
about
do.
that.
I'm like,
yeah,
this
I'm
is-
putting them in the van.
Good call,
She's
bro.
good.
But I have that
But
truck
she
in
doesn't
the,
even think I'm like
on the
You got a
garage.
trailer
I'm
or-
like,
Well, no, I got a
What
truck.
if-
I wanna
a lot
get
of,
a
like,
repo.
What if I hit a
So
curve?
that way I can have
You
a,
met
a
Susan
Minuteman
before.
hitch that comes out
Yeah, I
and
was
picks
like,
up
so
somebody's cars
she's
called the wheel lift.
very
And it's tow
particular,
trucks have them on the back of them.
I'm
She's
digging
That
it.
way I can just
She's like
bust
really
out the
sketched out
ruler
about
and
it.
tow the
She
truck
just
home,
recently
tow the car
started posting her
home.
digital
I can
stuff.
Do you need a
and
tow
she's
truck
just
to
like,
do it, or
every
can you
time
put
Or I
it
she
up
can
on
at
your
least,
truck?
I can get my homies
oh my
home.
god, I can't
If
believe
my
I just
homie
posted
calls
that.
me from the bar, he's like,
I don't know why I
I'm
posted
drunk.
that. I'm like,
I gotta
Susan,
be at
it's
work at
really
10
good.
o'clock in
Like
the
your
morning.
stuff
I
is
ain't
really
got
good. Like
time
some of her stuff is like
to take
really
cab
out
home,
there. It's like
take
weird
cab
nipple
back, pick
stuff
up my
and
truck,
like
and
she
make it to
does some
work.
weird stuff.
All right,
But
I'll
this is
come
all
pick
part of
you
your
up.
business.
I got you,
The stuff
man.
that she
I'll
does,
come
like
pick
she's
you up.
really good
Yeah.
for
I'll tow
X
your
amount,
I'll tow
especially
your
like
truck
her
home, and you
representation
can
of
give me
like
50 bucks
somebody.
and like have a
I feel
great
like
night.
she's
And you
really
didn't
good
have
at
to drive your
that.
drunk
And
ass
like
home. It's
it's,
drunk.
I feel
It's
like
the truck, you know.
That's right.
like
So, I
perspective
want
of
to
like
see
how
you do
people
this.
draw
There's
that.
gotta
And
be
I feel
cause,
like a
dude.
lot of
There-
I think
yes.
that's
pretty
my
much
cause. I
everybody
think
I've known that's
I
been
gotta
an
be the guy
artist,
that
they're
people
just
call
like, I
In
when,
the night.
when
that's
they need
horrible.
somebody
I
to
don't
come
like
help
it. And I'm just
That's
like,
good, man.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
that's
And
like
that's what
20
I'm trying to focus on.
1,000 times better
What's
than
the
anything
next
I
step
could
in
have
pursuing
drawn
that?
ever in my
I
lifetime.
mean,
Yeah, me and my mom went
I've
to
worked
my
really
grandma's
hard
for,
trying to get all them tools in the
Mother's Day this
garage.
year. We like
And honestly, I just need to go
surprised
live
her
for
for
that
Mother's
truck
Day.
and I just need to do it. I need to schedule
She's
it
just
down.
like her
Price it
little
out.
fireplace
I need to just
mantle is
do
like
it.
full of like
Yeah,
all of her
you got the list right
coronavirus
now?
paintings
I've
that
been-
she has
no,
that she's
don't.
just like
Let's
painted
Buy the
and,
parts right now.
doesn't
I
have
bought all
anything
the
to do
other
with them.
tools.
She's like
That's just
I know,
painting
now
and
it's
Did you get it
like,
started?
lockdown,
But
COVID
that's the
time.
problem with this
And so she's
industry.
like, I just
dude.
have, I just have all
I'm
these
gonna buy
paintings
all
down
these
with them,
tools,
I'm
and
like,
there's
take
always
whatever ones
another
you
tool
want.
that's
And I was like,
really
okay, I'll
cool
take
that I
this
wanna
one,
keep
this
buying.
one, and this one.
And
And
then
like
there's
this one, I got
always
the
a
flower
price
one,
to
and
that.
she does like
What you
perfect.
It's
try to
just
do is
another
get to-
kick-ass
Uh-huh.
MIDI
Meant for that
controller
wall.
that plugs
Love
in
it.
to my other
I
MIDI
need to get so
controllers.
many emails.
Hell yeah.
That make
My
dope
house
ass
is
beats.
just so bare. I
It's
keep
just
looking around my
another.
wall.
It's just
Uh,
another
Dude,
guitar
all
for
the
the
sign
soundboard.
ones on that
Exactly,
wall
as
are
you
the
pursue
kids that
your
kind of
interests,
sun paint
what
some
inspires you,
I
and
just gotta
random
keep
ass
doing
stuff.
that.
yeah, as you get professional at that, or at least
I mean,
I know
master
I can-
those parts,
I
that
know
one,
I did
like,
it.
learns
the other
you
parts
have to,
present
like,
itself, you know.
not
Now
give
look
them
at
all
what
of
he
the
got.
colors.
Read
Like,
the
okay,
chart.
okay,
Oh
here's
shit!
like yeah, like that one's like all.
I honor the rules
Yeah, it didn't
when
start
I
out
feel
like
safe.
that,
Just gotta
though.
give
Right.
like blue
So,
and red.
hear what that just said to you.
Yes.
I honor the
I
rules.
like
So,
Feel safe.
when you
It's like
feel
that one
safe,
too.
so
That one.
basically, because Ryan's saying, well, what do you need? Do you bring it on? Let's do it. Well, I'm gonna want this, and I'm gonna. It's like, wait,
No.
And
honor the
honestly,
rules.
See,
I-
long time
I
ago.
told my boss
When we
today,
first
dude,
got
that I need to
together.
re-figure out what I'm doing with my employment
Hell yeah.
at work. I told him I'm not giving you my 2 weeks, but we need to reconsider
Like,
my
mine's
employment with you.
I
on
always think
Monday.
that every time I walk in a
Because
gym,
I'm staying late with you.
That's
I
hard to do.
I have family at home.
No, how'd that
Thanksgiving
feel?
right
I didn't
now.
even see that.
And like
You said
everyone,
yeah,
everyone
I
that's
just
supposed to
eat
show
more.
up for him
Yeah.
and work for
I like
him for
going,
his
like-
crappy
like-
wage
Doesn't say
doesn't
that.
Like,
show
painting-
up.
I don't know, like just
And
painting.
instead
they
things,
just-
like,
they just
super
don't show
random,
up.
or like,
And then I'm
I mean,
there,
this
and
week
he's
we
like,
switched
well, you have to
canvases for
stay
the
an
wedding,
extra
and
hour
we
by
hung
yourself
those on the walls. Like making your
until
own, like, just
you're
splatter
closed,
paint or
and then you
something.
can
Yeah, well,
close
and we like
because
did like
we
I
didn't
don't
tell
know,
anybody
the biscuits and
prematurely that
gravy
we were
one,
going to
and this
close
one the
early.
kids knocked
So you
off
need
the
to
fucking
stay
wall.
there.
It was actually
That's
this one,
bullshit. We sold no money
It's
after
actually
the
one
time
of-
that I was there.
but- So these are like
And
first
no.
mark from the wedding.
We are going to
Okay.
reassess my employment on Monday.
Dr. Seuss.
That's what I told them.
Interesting.
And
Good.
yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
I had to pull out
No,
the shirt
I've never
on,
heard
dude.
So somebody
anybody ever
in
say
my
they
neighborhood,
said that.
painted a Cheshire
Because,
cat
dude, you know
on
what?
That's badass.
I am not a
and it says
slave.
something about
This is what I agreed upon
I don't think it's
employment.
Dr. Seuss.
And we
It's
Dude,
You're a
what
shark.
the sharks
Hey,
were saying.
Hey.
I'm a shark.
I
dude.
love it. I
Yeah.
honor the rules
I don't wanna be a
when
guppy in
I
this
feel
tank, you know?
safe. I like
Oh,
it.
hell yeah.
Let's
Good,
go
man.
swimming, dude. I
Be
will
aggressive.
make you- I will
Be
make
aggressive.
you do it, and I'm a
And it
good
says
worker,
underneath
dude.
it,
It's
Oh,
all
I
about
can
balance.
tell. You know what I
I
know?
get work done.
Look at
Really
his
speaks to
next
me.
card.
Every time I walk by it, I'm
You
like, I
read
don't know
this
if that
one.
girl that painted that knows how much.
What's
Lion.
it tell you?
It's a lion. I can do it myself.
That's right.
Hell yeah.
This card
Just
makes
left
a
it
lot
out
of sense for
front.
me.
Yeah.
I'm a Leo.
Oh.
My Chinese Chinese sign is the tiger.
Oh my
I'm a
God.
big cat. I'm like
You
a
are.
super big cat.
You are.
And
You
the-
are, Zach.
Well, the lion is one of my spirit animals. And yeah, dude.
No doubt.
And that is your last card. The shark
Hey,
before
you don't
it.
need no-
The shark
You're about. You're
before
moving
it.
towards working for yourself.
Yes,
Fuck whoever's
yes.
bad
Yeah,
to
you
go
are.
talk to, because
I
you're in the
can do it
pursuit of
myself.
being that person
I can
somebody
take
has
it
to
on
talk to. You know,
everything
so
too,
like.
Right?
Pay attention.
I haven't had a
Yeah,
drink.
dude.
And it's so hard when you're raising a family
Oh, for
and
sure.
you love and you get such a good little woman and
I
you
got-
guys are tight.
I
you
got a
know?
lot to lose.
Well, you won't lose any of
I
that.
won't,
What?
but I got a lot to lose, and I
I
challenge
hate,
anyone
I hate
that
that
tried to
fucking
take
drop,
it.
dude. I'm so glad you fucking told him to fucking.
Well,
Oh, I love it when the woman's like, I hate that fucking job. You tell that son of a bitch. Wait till the boss goes, wait, the wife is mad at me, Zach? Oh, she hates you. How much
I
money
guarantee
do
the
you
boss
want
don't
to
give a fuck.
stay?
Yeah, right. He already knows.
I told him that yeah, my wife doesn't like me coming in. She told me not to even come in today, but I came in
tried
today
so
because I
hard.
didn't want to be the guy that didn't show up on you, and you had a bunch of guys not show up on you today.
So,
At
is
least
he a little
you
bummed?
weren't that guy.
Yeah, I wasn't that guy. I
And
stayed
he
till
just
6.
doesn't understand that
Here
he
you
needs
go.
to pay better.
Yeah, dude. You gotta. Well, I mean, it's not just that. You have to pay your employees a decent wage of what they're worth. You have to treat them as if they're a part of the family. If
Right,
it's a holiday,
just
you give them
popped in.
holiday.
right.
If I was your,
Heartbeat.
I want
So
you to.
nice.
What do you do?
I work at the Caps Auto Parts.
And they don't give that shit
It's like a
out?
CarQuest Auto Parts.
Yeah.
You
They
have to-
should.
And CAPS is an acronym.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For a whole other family that buys an auto parts.
Oh.
And it's like.
Oh,
I know y'all spend a whole lot of money on a whole bunch of stupid ass shit, and it's really
you
only,
ain't seen none of it.
it's really only a couple $100. You have $1,000 of supplying your entire store here holiday pay. It will cost you $1,000 to give everyone here holiday pay.
wow.
And I know you have $150,000 in shit that hasn't shown up yet because it's sitting on a boat in fucking San Francisco Harbor. So,
Well,
what do you want to
Or
do?
Los Angeles.
$1,000, $150,000? Not my fucking chair.
I know, go pay
Not
that
my
other
chair.
one instead of.
and that's
so-
why all those cards came
Yeah,
out
dude.
tonight.
I'm a lion and a shark.
So you need to do it.
Yeah, and I should write a book about it.
Hell yeah.
I'm
No.
digging, you know? I love you.
I almost feel inspired.
He's like, I think I got this. I'm fucking do it. I gotta write a
I'm
book
gonna take
about
these
I'm a
four
shark
cards
and a
and
lion.
Hell yeah.
I'm a lion
Me
shark,
too.
man.
Yeah, dude.
You're a lion shark.
I'm a lion shark peacock.
Lion shark peacock.
Yeah, dude, and I'm writing books about it.
I'm digging deep. I'm
Sign
going
up.
diving deep,
My
man.
YouTube channel's coming soon.
That's right.
Here
yes.
it is.
Oh.
I'm
I don't know what it's called yet.
TikTok.
Probably Zach of all trades because
You better do that.
You
because
already
somebody
know.
will say you
I'm writing it
gotta do
down.
I have no
Yeah,
choice.
yeah.
Hey, how do you spell
it's
that?
gonna be all talking
How do you
about
spell that?
CH.
I was gonna say there's so many ways.
I'm
I
digging
know.
it. You better
Okay,
do
so
that. We're
here's
gonna
the
hold
fucked
it
up
down.
thing.
Because I love the
His
fucking
name
name.
is
I do too, and I want the channel. I'm like, do
His
it.
initials
Do it.
You don't already have it set up?
Zachary A.
I'm gonna
Christensen
give it,
Halverson.
Alright,
His
Zach of all
initials
trades.
are
Okay, meet our new guy, Zach of all
Right?
trades.
So
Okay.
is that why he goes by
Master of
ZZK?
how many?
No, he goes by
I'm,
ZZK.
I'm pretty good at a few things.
No, that's because you're the Zach of all trades.
Zach-
You know we're ending it
Oh
with
yeah,
this
so I
guy.
would say Jack of all trades, master of none.
Yeah, dude.
Or master them all.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
soon.
I ain't
Because I
gonna.
don't know about all
Hey,
that.
that's
Let's
on my
not
good list.
pressure
I
him,
wouldn't. I
okay?
wouldn't do anything that I wasn't 100% confident in.
That's kind of how
Like,
I feel
couldn't-
about
if I
you.
couldn't do, if I couldn't do 110% on any
Then you
given
don't want
job,
to
I
do it. You
do
wouldn't say you could do it. I know that. I could tell that about you.
I'm good at what I do, and I've been able to build this empire because of what I've been able to do.
That's
And
right.
I wouldn't let anyone try to question or take that from me. So
Andrew,
Besides,
you're
you know your
amazing.
alphabet, your numbers,
I
and
do,
your
dude.
colors
I got
too.
1 to 100 on the wall, motherfucker. I got 2D and 3D
Hey,
shit.
yo.
It's so true.
They're sending me to the 50.
And you know they're trying to get rid of
Little
3G.
family, and you're just
3G?
making it
Yeah.
over.
I know.
Like,
Ooh,
3G, like
3G,
internet?
yeah. But
fuck?
You're right.
I hate it
3D.
so much.
Yeah?
Like, I
Yeah.
just want a fucking-
Because, you know, we're going 5D, 5G.
Yeah.
At the
We've
same
already
time,
done
like, we're
What if
so
it's
so
because
far
we
away.
level up as a
We've been-
species
we've
that
been so
3D
rough the whole time we've been
is
together.
just the
I'm just
general.
Like, when is the
that's
fucking
the
end?
starting
Like, when are we
point.
gonna see a time
It's
where
a
we're
starting
gonna actually be able to
third
have
dimension.
kids?
Yeah.
Like,
You don't have to go from
45
when
where
you
we have
evolve
it,
to the
or-
Uh-huh.
You don't
It's
have
like
to
hundred
go.
country stuff where, you know, like,
at what
yeah.
time do you
Well,
think
you-
is
Is
the
that
So-
just like the level that you're
not
at, you know,
at
like,
least,
So we're going to be in
back
both.
then, like,
Oh,
we're
so we're
not-
just going to
oh
be
yeah,
in.
no, we change all throughout
we're
it.
not in
We
the
are.
position to ever
Yeah,
be
man.
like
Hopefully, you know,
We got
you gotta learn
Zach
how to
of all
backstep.
trades.
I've come
Hey,
We're
even
done.
leveling
we
up
got-
or leveling down.
So you
know,
know
like,
what? It doesn't matter because if he's on our
At the same
ship,
time-
doo-doo.
At the same time, we're just like, so what am I?
We're
We're-
never
we're
fucking
learning.
going to break down.
Hey.
Because
Hey,
he's,
hey,
and if
any,
we
hey,
do,
any problem could happen.
this guy, and if we do fucking break down, wherever we are, whatever dimension
I
we're
love
in,
it.
he's got the hook on the back of his truck to tow us home.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And a chain.
I do.
Well,
Yeah.
that's where we're at.
Shakalaka.
And I've probably done it 10 times before.
At least.
If the
I'm
jump
not-
doesn't work.
I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid
He's
to
not.
show up and do it.
Dude,
Any
although
time.
50, it cost me $170 just for a tow truck to pick me up
It's time.
within 20
Yeah,
miles.
dude, it's expensive. So
Oh, yeah.
like, that's the thing though. Like,
So
I'm not gonna advertise. I'm not gonna be like,
Even
hey,
though we're telling
hey,
you guys right now,
if
this
you call me
doesn't
paying
count.
50 bucks, like you're in Ontario, you call me. Yeah,
They want to know your
Hey, I
number.
like it
They
'cause
want to
that
know
filters
your number
people
right
through.
now.
Yeah, but
They
like,
want to
like,
know. They want to know your number right now.
Yeah, I'm not giving it out. Not yet. Give me a couple weeks.
I'm back on going, what's that Google number you guys use?
Who's BH? Who's BH?
Who's BH?
BH says, I love you, Zach.
Now you're pregnant. Now we have
You know a BH?
And then he'll just
This
resent
isn't
me
BS,
because
this is
I
BH.
initiated
Love you,
violence.
sissy, and miss
That's
you.
the point we've been at for the past year.
Love you,
It's just
sissy,
like,
and miss
I
you.
wanna
And they
get
sent green
used to
hearts.
it. What are we supposed
Who
to do
is
about
it?
it? Because we both still love
Chelsea
each other.
Chelsea Herrick is. I know
Chelsea's gonna
her.
be a fucking.
She was just here.
Hey, well, we know
She was just
Chelsea.
here. BH,
Yeah, who is, you know, it's your relatives.
Oh,
They're
here.
waiting for
I
you to
guess
figure it
Mom,
out. They're gonna tell you right now. BH, tell him who you are so he knows. I'm your lost brother. Wait, where'd BH go?
I didn't realize you could see all these people right here. Hi, people.
That was a huge deal.
So, what did BH say to, Zach of all trades? He loves you. They love you. What if it's a girl? I mean, think it's a guy.
Zoom in.
Till me and Zach got together.
I'm
and I was
married.
like-
I mean, that's pretty.
No,
that's
it may
pretty
be a
easy.
relative.
But that was like a
Could
mutual.
be your
like-
long lost cousin.
I got a
It
couple
was
of
all
sisters
because
that
you
I
guys
didn't know I
like
had. I'm not even friendly. I didn't know about them until
That's
a
one of
couple
your
months
sisters
ago,
you
dude.
just met.
I got a
Like,
Paris.
someone to
Yeah,
entertain him
Paris
because I
was
can't keep up. I
sister.
can't do this all by myself.
Is it a PH
You
or
need
a
a
first
friend.
letter
It's so
here?
Paris,
Like,
Paris.
There it is. It's Paris. Hey, is that your Paris? Oh, BH.
Yeah.
No other kids.
BH.
Oh my.
Maybe Susie and me.
Can I get a BH?
All of them
We don't know what
already.
that
Like,
means.
it's just like
Me neither.
they're all gonna be such germaphobes when they grow up because they're just gonna be like.
Is there weeds in that?
Oh, there is.
Should we wrap it up or?
We should wrap it up since we're
Kaylee want to be on.
Yeah, wanna go
Get her in there.
Oh.
Do it.
Kaylee's gonna call us and make sure our number works every week.
Yeah, go ahead and give it a call.
Because we're finding out every once in a while the number doesn't.
Where are you guys gonna do it at?
We're not
Do
sure
what?
yet. Do what?
From here on out?
We may do it here. No,
Old
I'm
school?
kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah.
You can do it here
Old
whenever
school.
whenever you need to.
Oh, Zach's ready to
As long as I
exit
have,
the
like,
show.
a day notice.
Well, it'll be every Friday.
Yeah, no.
Who knows?
We'll be at the old school. Probably.
Should we go
We're gonna
kayaking?
be
You
everywhere.
want some more of this?
All right, are we
Because,
saying
hey,
goodnight?
and this is why, because we're going to try to go to businesses, right?
Right. Yeah.
We're going to try to go to businesses, but we
But
could
right
definitely have
now-
a plan B.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know, have to go
So we are ready to exit the show.
I tried to get it.
Yeah. Should we pull a card from him?
Would you like to?
You should.
Well, let's do this first.
Oh yeah.
It's been a
Oh,
long time.
prove
It's
it?
really good to see you, dude.
Oh
It really
no.
has been a while.
Yeah, dude.
I don't want my mom to know I do drugs.
Oh, this is cannabis.
I
This
always
is
did, like
drugs.
wonder about Ben.
Okay.
Like he's in prison now.
That is a nice
I
bond.
just
We're
saw
at
it,
our
and
friend's
I'm
house
like, I
having a
still
good
love the
time.
guy.
We
I
love all
his
you
books and
guys.
stuff.
We're gonna pull a
Like,
card for you
I
right
know
now.
he's in prison, I'm sorry,
And
but he's-
oh, look what I got.
Ample opportunity to make his own choice any other direction.
Animals. Okay, so can you read these two things? We got the justice card.
Enough times to not use it.
Whoa, whoa.
But that's what I'm saying. Like I'm. Kind of
Your career brings fairness. Oh,
I still always ask about it.
And
The only one I look
protection
about him is
to
the person
others who
who's
need your
Brandy,
help.
who, like,
we had it earlier.
she's such a long story. Like she
And
yeah,
this-
so she like loves him, and they like
Is
hooked up
animals.
together, and she like made
Animals.
About telling me that was like the best sex she's ever had, and I was just like.
You understand animals and communicate with them intuitively.
Like that's what I was like. What?
Trust your inner
She's
guidance.
like-
Is that chronic?
I was like, this is fucking
I specifically asked for
weird, and this
seasons
is why I
too.
don't want to hang out with you because you're too fucking weird to this.
Trust your inner guidance, and the
Like, so
animals
she's the one that
are
always
part
talks
of
to
your
me, like,
life's work.
That's right. So anyone out there and all of us need to pay attention to
she
little
talks to
animals
them
on
all the
Earth.
time, and
Because
so
we got a lot of them
yeah,
out there
it's
needing
fine.
us to
But
pay
she's friends
attention
with-
to
she's
them.
best friends with
They
the
say
kids.
in the Bible,
I
heaven on
understand.
earth, the animals will
And so,
talk to the
like,
humans
and
and the humans will
That only makes
understand.
me want to pull one of these.
Okay, pull an animal card.
Keep saying what you're saying.
I just did. I'm over
I
it.
saw
Okay.
her at Fate's
I'm
birthday.
This
moving the
is-
bombs
this-
to
oh,
the.
shit.
Oh, there it is.
She was just like, why didn't you
Last thing
invite
we
me to
wanna
your
do is
birthday
spill
party?
that
And
over.
Lizard.
I told her, like,
Lizard.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's
I
nice.
listen to my dreams.
Like to hang out with you.
Ah,
And
so
I
all
got
of you
some,
tonight
like,
have
and I
sweet
didn't wanna
dreams.
And she was
And
like-
so that's the
Surprisingly, she
message.
was
I
like,
listen to my
"Okay,
dreams.
I accept
Yep.
that."
Okay, listen
I
to
was
your
like,
dreams.
"Thank
Have
you for
sweet
accepting
dreams
that,
tonight.
but
We're gonna end it at that.
That's the real reason
We
why
gotta
I'm
let our
not
friends,
saying
you know,
that to her, but
maybe go to bed. I don't know.
it's a
Hey,
true
we could go all
story.
night.
I don't wanna
I know we
break
could
my
go all night. Wait, how do I shut this off?
Oh,
Yeah.
touch it.
Touch it? Which one?
Whoa. Oh, the phone.
Doink, doink.
There you go.
Yeah, dude.
What's it
Right?
say?
Like, if you would have, if you guys showed up, you'd be like, alright.